Air traffic controllers have been working without pay for weeks now, leading to a surge in call-outs that's straining staffing levels at multiple airports. They say half of their core 30 facilities are dealing with staffing shortages, and nearly 80% of air traffic controllers are absent at New York area facilities. And nearly half of the 30 busiest airports in the U.S. are facing shortages of air traffic controllers. After 32 days without pay, these employees are working under immense stress and fatigue.
Oh, this comes as two United Airlines jets collided yesterday at New York's LaGuardia Airport. No injuries reported. And Paris prosecutors charged two more people in connection to the theft at the Louvre Museum. 38-year-old woman cried in court today over the complicity and conspiracy charges. Separately, a 37-year-old man faces charges. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 38. Tomorrow, anticipate a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 53. Tomorrow night, skies will be partly cloudy with a chance of a late shower and a low of 43. On Monday, expect a breezy day with a mix of clouds giving way to sunshine and a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Get two mattresses for the price of one.
Whoa, what are you doing?
We don't do sales at Penny Mustard.
I know.
So how can we offer two mattresses for the price of one?
Because with a flippable, two-sided foam or coil mattress from Penny Mustard, it's like having two mattresses for the price of one.
You'll give each side more time to breathe.
And your mattress will last twice as long.
See? 2 for 1.
Two-sided mattresses, available every day at Penny Mustard Furnishings.
7 Chicagoland showrooms.
PennyMustard.com.
This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to sail with me next September 5th through the 12th, 2026, on the Deeper Faith Norwegian Fjords Cruise. If you've never been to this picturesque part of the world, the sights are magnificent, and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiwork. Throughout the journey, I'll be teaching from the Bible. Together we'll learn from the Scriptures, enjoy a week of fellowship and worship, and stop at several ports where we'll stroll through quaint Nordic villages. This is an opportunity to explore scenes you won't soon forget, all while forming new friendships with fellow believers from around the world. Cabins are limited, so call today at 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. I hope to see you on board.
Book today at 560theanswer.com/deeperfaith.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
I rise to voice my strong opposition to physician-assisted suicide, a practice that goes against everything we should stand for as a state and as a society that values human life. Physicians-assisted suicide is not about dignity. It's about despair. It tells the sick, the elderly, the disabled, and the vulnerable that their lives are no longer worth living. That when they face this despair, the best we can offer is a prescription for death. That is not compassion. That is abandonment. Doctors are called to heal, to comfort, and to preserve life. And let's be clear, this kind of law opens the door to real abuse. We've seen where this becomes practice, that patients are denied life-saving treatment and offered lethal drugs instead. That is not medical aid. That's a cost-cutting measure disguised as mercy. Every life has value from conception until natural death. We must protect the vulnerable, support the suffering, and uphold the dignity of every human life. This does not respect the gospel. This does not respect the teachings of Jesus Christ or uphold the values of God. And I don't mean that as a judgment on anybody's faith in this room. That's not my place to do that. But the gospel, the teachings of Jesus Christ is very clear on this issue, that we have to value all life. Value all life. I ask everybody to vote no on this measure. And Mr. Speaker, if this should get the requisite amount of votes, I ask for verification.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Black and White Radio on AM 560, 92.7 FM and AM 1400. That was Representative Adam Niemert, discussing what I believe. When you deny God, when you have given up and develop a humanistic view of life, this is what is happening right here in Illinois. When a nation stops seeing life as sacred, it starts playing God, in my opinion. I know there are people, even Verlon, who believes that this is a great idea. I don't. And he tries to shide me because I believe in the death penalty. Well, one has taken someone's life in a criminal manner. The government, the state of Illinois has told people now, we're going to play God for you. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have two of my favorite. They filled in here about a month ago now, I think it is. State Representative Marty McLaughlin, and I don't know if is State Representative Chris Miller on with him. Okay, Chris Miller didn't. I guess Chris Miller didn't have time for us. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get over here. Representative McLaughlin, I guess Miller didn't have time for us, huh?
Well, he's a busy man, John, but he's exhausted from what we just went through down in Springfield. But, yeah, Thomas Jefferson, one of those goofy founding fathers of ours, actually said that one of the main roles of government was the protection and preservation of life.
Yeah.
We have gotten quite far away from that, haven't we, my friend?
Now, were there two versions of this bill? Was there one in the House and then one in the Senate? And which one passed?
Yeah, to be honest with you, John, I couldn't tell you the answer to that question. Okay. It was such a blur, the whole thing.
Yeah, because they passed this at 3:45 a.m. on Halloween Day.
Yeah, and I'll tell you to show you how ridiculous the General Assembly is. The day before, they honored Sister Rosemary Connolly, a woman who gave her life to provide housing for the mentally disabled through Misericordia Home, who I've known personally since about 1978. So you've got the Democrats on the floor doing a resolution to honor the life of a woman that believes in the value and dignity of life at every level, and then within 24 hours, they're slapping not only that person in the face, but everything that they just pretended they believed in and reversing themselves on this course and going for the assisted suicide bill. So if you don't believe that Democrats are duplicitous down in Springfield, I call them triplicitous. They'll try anything to make the public believe something, and then don't listen to what their mouth is saying, listen to what they do. And so they tried to honor a woman who spent her life valuing, children and adults with Down syndrome, and then within 24 hours, they vote for something like this.
Wow! Now, who's on the dime for this? Who's paying for this, and at what cost?
You know what? That's a great question. Again, I don't have. It was such a blur, John. We had 33 resolutions in the last 6 days.
Jeez.
There was so much thrown around about what we were going to waste money on, spend money on. Somebody said to me, "Well, it's just $1.5 billion more for the RTA. It's just 45 cents more for a toll. It's just, we are already the biggest tax pie in the nation. Let's use Thanksgiving as an analogy, right? There's a pumpkin pie feeds 8. We already have a gigantic, enormous pumpkin tax pie that the state of Illinois fills, and we're going, well, just one slice more. No. We are already the highest taxed people in the nation. And when are Democrat voters going to wake up and connect the dots to that the policymakers are the ones that are destroying their lives and their livelihood?
I'm just curious. I mean, you said it's just 45 cents, and that's the transit funding bill that you're talking about.
Correct.
Correct. And was this to bail out Chicago? Or was this is that what that truly was about, bailing out Chicago?
Yeah, there's so many moving parts. They ended up opening the lockbox of the MFT funds, right? We've got the second highest gas tax in the nation that was never supposed to use for anything else. They found a word in it that said mass transit, but they meant for cars. So they violated that, took $800 million out of that, and decided, well, while we're at it, let's go for another 45 cents on the tolls. Here's the other thing, John. What transportation business privately in the world, when their ridership goes down, would continue to operate in the same way?
Illinois.
Well, exactly. I mean, we're down from 90% occupancy in Chicago to like 60% in the buildings, yet we're still running those trains. So is it really we're serving people, or is it an adult jobs program for the connected to the transportation agencies? So,
Representative, here's a question, because I remember when I voted to remove some of that money because Browner wanted it for something. I forget what the issue was. But the unions came and did all type of mailings against me. Are they going to do the same thing against these Democrats? Because the unions, I mean, and Local 150 and a lot of these other unions, they don't like that road funding to be touched.
Yeah, there's two things here, John, right? So I'm at the point where I say, hey, if we're going to waste your tax dollar, let's do actual engineering projects versus social engineering projects, which don't have any actual outcome. This is how desperate I am as a fiscal conservative. If they're going to burn our money up, just throw it in the air, at least build something I can drive over for 10 years and get value out of it. Yeah. So to your point, operating engineers and the rest of these groups, I would far prefer an airport or a bridge or a roadway built versus, DEI, SEL learning programs, $26 million to decide if teachers like their jobs. I'm not kidding. That was one that was in the education. $26 million to give to teachers to decide whether they like their jobs or not. I mean, my God, it's so broken down there, John. It's exhausting, and
it almost feels. I don't know. It's sickening. It just feels like we're trapped in this twilight zone or something. These Democrats continue.
Well, we're like The Walking Dead, John. with they're vampires. I call them bloodsuckers. Every time you go to bed, what does the Democrats in Springfield do? They raise out of their coffins and they suck your last ounce of blood out of you dry.
Yeah.
So the only way to really get these guys and is to get a number 2 pencil, which is wood, right? And to not jam it through their chest, but to actually put it on a ballot and vote for someone who was not a tax and spendocrat. And I don't care if that person's Green Party, Blue Party, Red Party, but we got to stop the spendocrat from continuing to destroy our fiscal future in Illinois.
Representative Marty McLaughlin, I want you to hold the line because I think the worst part of is coming up once all of these people who lose and they walk out, and the next session that's coming, which is always the most dangerous. Tune in to find out. We'll be right back.
This week on Capitol Hill is the best way to get informed on everything going on with Congress. Hosted by Tony Perkins and the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Senate Democrats knew the pain this would cause. They knew about the missed paychecks. They knew the uncertainty of making rent for so many people. They knew about the missed meals. They knew about delayed flights, and they did not care.
Stay informed and become a regular listener. This week on Capitol Hill. Sundays at 1 on AM 560. The Answer.
This past year has been one of the hardest in MyPillow's history. It's because of you that they are making it through. They want to thank you for your continued support by extending their wholesale prices on classic MyPillows. Get standard classic MyPillows for only $14.98. It gets even better. Upgrade to a queen size MyPillow for just $18.98. King size only $1 more, or multi-use pillows for only $9.98. Get body pillows for $29.98 with a free pillowcase. So go to mypillow.com or call 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY to take advantage of these wholesale prices, including the standard size MyPillow, originally $49.98, now only $14.98. Queens $18.98, Kings only $1 more. That's 800-489-0201 and use promo code LIBERTY. Order $100 or more and your order ships absolutely free. We know MyPillow products come with a 10-year warranty, but MyPillow has just announced that they are extending their 60-day money-back guarantee. That's right. Orders placed between now and December 25th will have their 60-day money-back guarantee extended through March 1st, 2026.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions and you'll destroy your life. Listen to The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7. The Flatline describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Listen tomorrow morning for inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flatline with Rick Hughes tomorrow morning at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
When the power goes out, life stops. Heat, AC, fridge, phones, all gone. But with a Generac home standby generator from True Power Generator Service, your home powers back on automatically, so you're never left in the dark. Book your consultation today at TruePowerGenerator.com. That's TruePowerGenerator.com. Plus, 560 listeners get a free 10-year extended warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details. True Power Generator Service and Generac. It's not just a generator, it's a power move.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. For the break, we were talking to State Representative Marty McLaughlin. Rep, now I know lame duck session doesn't happen until next year, but that's always the worst. So what should people be on the lookout for? Was there any of the legislation that you and I both know they're going to wait until lame duck session to probably get it passed? Was there, or was there any other legislation that passed that we don't know about?
Yeah, no, I think, John, the wish list of the progressive tax and spendocrats was almost completely filled in this veto session. We were there 6 days, and you used to serve. Normally, veto session is 2 days.
Yeah, 2 to 3.
It really showed two things. They were trying to do a lot. Okay, and they were trying to do a lot, but only very few people aware behind the scenes what the end results were going to be. And once again, they did it very uncoordinated and not in an effective manner. I mean, can you imagine any other business in the world that would be making decisions at 3 and 4 in the morning? But that's when they do their best work. My father used to say, my brother and I were young teenage men, might have been in a different for different reasons. But it's nothing good perhaps after them. And boy, he was right. Every time I'm in the legislature and we're up at 233, it's the worst things possible that are happening to the people of Illinois. Media is not awake, and neither are the people. And then the next day, the governor's office tells a bunch of partial truths about how wonderful it's going to be, and the media spits it out as if it's, if it's real, and it's not. The energy bill was brutal.
That's what I was getting ready to bring up.
Energy bill?
That's what I was getting ready to bring up.
Well, listen, hey, you know what? Madigan and Ann Primajori, they're both going to prison because they were helping us, right? A couple of years ago, ComEd. And then we had the CEJA bill. That helped us out so much. It raised prices, 40%? And now we've got this. We're going to continue to invest in battery storage while the rest of the world has realized that that's probably a technology that isn't 5 years away, but more like 50 years away. But what are we going to do? We're going to invest in it and promise you future savings while $8 billion is going to be sucked out of your wallet until we might get there years in the future. I said on the floor, Democrats, please stop helping us. We can't afford your well-intentioned, bad, expensive ideas. And, there isn't an idea Democrats put forward in my 4.5 years there that has saved a nickel for anyone in the state of Illinois. Spending cuts are never mentioned.
Never. No. Well, I interviewed the Speaker of the House in Michigan on Monday, and I applauded him. Have you ever heard of this, Representative? That a divided government where the Democrats maintain the House, the Senate and the governor's mansion, and the Republicans only have the House, and the budget goes from $84 billion to $81 billion. Have you ever heard anything like that ever happening in a divided government like that?
No.
Yeah, no, it happened in Michigan.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what. It's because you moved over there with that new radio show of yours. You're shaking it up. I mean, it's got to be the Anthony factor. I'm going to blame it on you.
Yeah, you get your pal has joined us. Hey, Representative Chris Miller.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well. I guess he decided to join us, Rep.
Well, you know what? He's busy down there feeding America with the soybeans, beef, and corn. So somebody's got to feed us.
Absolutely. I've got short-term and long-term memory loss, and I knew I was supposed to call in, and I forgot to do it.
Well, what's your take on this veto session, Representative Miller?
Hey, Chris, the one thing we didn't talk about was Speaker Welch's commentary about the 13th Amendment. We didn't get a chance to talk about that zinger.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, it's pretty incredible the lack of actual historical information that these guys have, let alone they do not understand our Bill of Rights and our Constitution were written for citizens of the United States of America. Plus, the amendment that Marty referred to is that they have Stephen A. Douglas shrouded, one of the fathers of the KKK and Jim Crow and the whole ball of wax.
Yeah, and the Speaker of the House. Yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, but one of the things that just blows my mind is that, it's veto session. So, in my mind, that means we're dealing with things that didn't get dealt with in the spring session. But we had 33 resolutions that are nothing more than a press release soundbite for the introducers and just wasted all kinds of time and money. I thought, what would happen if we had 33 resolutions to lower income tax, lower real estate tax, to make businesses a climate where they can actually thrive instead of being in an adversarial relationship with their own government that's supposed to provide, opportunity and a pathway to be successful.
Well, there was one resolution, John, that didn't make it to the floor, brought forward by Representative Miller. Chris, would you like to tell John what that was?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I would. Thank you for bringing that up. I did file a bill that there would be no resolutions brought up in the veto session, but that got rejected. They weren't even willing to put it on a bill and give it a number. But just because we're there to do the people's business, and this whole idea of being there to just have sound bites and press release moments is just ridiculous. I mean, there was more theater there than we see down in the most famous theaters in Chicago.
Yeah, but help me understand something. I mean, I'm thinking about this. Oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. Oh God. Okay. How did this bill pass, or did it pass during veto session? That there's some new rights for as it relates to where ICE can operate. Was that a part of the veto package bills that passed too?
You want to go, Marty, or you want me to?
Yeah. So yeah, there was stuff as it relates to the Trust Act. You're talking, John, about enhanced barriers to federal agents from going to community colleges, hospitals, and all that stuff. Chris, that's what he's referring to. Any of the specifics on the ICE anti-ICE provisions, and yeah, John, that's all been included as well, and that's what Welch was talking about. He was trying to equivocate ICE to the Emancipation Proclamation, and that it was a time in history that if we don't speak up, that we, and as Republicans, would be indicted for not standing up for people. And that's the part that drove me crazy. Is you're in the chamber, we got Abe Lincoln on the right side, and they've covered Stephen Douglas 4 years ago with a black shroud.
Is he still covered?
Oh, it's still covered. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir, because it cannot be removed from the floor. So instead of removing it, they covered it with a black shroud because they don't want to look at their own history. Yeah. That desire of Democrats to expand slavery to Western part of the United States, hey, own it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why it was a bad idea. Instead, they covered up with a shroud, and Speaker Welch gets on there and starts talking as if Republicans were the problem as it relates to the 13th Amendment. It just makes you crazy, because if our kids don't understand our history, how are they going to know what to do as they go forward? And they don't want to teach accurate history in that building.
Well, the more shocking thing to me is there was I didn't count them up, but there was 8 to 12 Democrat legislators spoke, and they do not understand our own Constitution. They don't understand our own Bill of Rights. Wow. Because this was written for American citizens. If you're an illegal alien, you don't fall under the Bill of Rights or our Constitution because you are illegal. You are not a citizen. And I mean, just person after person after person got up and made extremely inflammatory statements in regard to those issues. If you know about those things, I know that I was going to offer to give them advice on how to sign up for Hillsdale's online Constitution course. It's absolutely free, and anybody can do it. And so I was going to put that out there, so because they may want to sign up for that, or they can just continue to operate in ignorance.
Oh my God! So when session starts back up, we got about a minute left. What should the people listening be afraid of? What's coming up? What's coming down the pipe?
I think they actually should be afraid of everything that went on there, because they're gonna raise your electric bill again. Yeah. They're gonna try to kneecap ICE and getting illegals out of our state. They're going. What was the other one, Marty? There was 3 big ones that. There was energy, ICE,
and assisted suicide.
Assisted suicide, yes, sir. That was it. Yep.
Yes. Yep. And that there was another one besides that.
The road funding bill. The road funding bill, I believe.
Yeah,
the road funding bill. Yeah, but here's ultimately what they need to be concerned about is that there's $11 billion in new taxes coming up.
$11 billion, John. $11 billion in new taxes.
Wow.
On the back of the Illinois. So every time I'm at Home Depot, the Democrat tells me how wonderful things are, and they're going to continue to vote for this.
Yeah,
I'm handing them my wallet.
Amen. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. We'll be right back.
John, keep up the good work, my friend.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Nauman and Associates, Scott Tucker Solutions Incorporated, and by Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago.
Fox News, I'm Daria Aldinger. 2 federal judges say SNAP benefits, which millions of Americans depend on for food, must be funded through the government shutdown. California Democratic Congresswoman Laura Friedman says Republicans are to blame.
Instead of scrambling to find a way to fill people's EBT cards and make sure they don't go hungry, we've got a president who spent half the night tweeting photos of his new gilded bathroom.
Republicans say Democrats are holding things up. The race for mayor in New York City is heating up as the candidates head to Election Day this Tuesday. Republican Curtis Sliwa with reporters on Staten Island.
Retired NYPD officers who protect me and my wife, who were threatened with our lives when I wouldn't take the $10 million bribe to drop out.
America's listening to Fox News.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. 312-827-6261.
If you need custom boxes and crates, expert packing and crating, import-export transloading with heavy lift capability, the DC Group delivers. It all started 51 years ago with DC Export and Domestic Packing, the hard work of founders Dominic and Carol Cochamiglio. Their family's desire to exceed customer expectations, backed by an incredible team and loyal customers, is now driving expansion. From their humble roots in a garage-sized building to 100,000 square feet in the Chicago area, 45,000 in Greenville, and a new Houston facility, they're coast to coast. And their sister company, DC Transport, handles everything from container drayage to super heavy haul loads across North America since 1991. Whether it's packing and crating, transloading, transportation service, or trade shows, the DC Group delivers. Those that attended FabTech 2025, we'd love to hear from you. Get your quote now at dcexport.com. That's dcexport.com, your trusted logistics partner.
Project Engineer, Protection Solutions, Power System Solutions, Worksite SNC Electric, 6601 North Ridge Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois 60626. Wage is $138,362 to $141,240. May work remote from anywhere in the United States. Mail curriculum vitae to Jennifer Bermudez, SNC Electric Company, 1001 Marina Village Parkway, Suite number 400, Alameda, California, 94501, or email jennifer.bermudez@snc.com.
Our local hospitals are the heartbeat of our communities, delivering critical care every hour of every day for everyone, training the next generation of caregivers. Beyond the walls, their benefit to the community is everywhere, driving the local economy and supporting local organizations, initiatives, and neighbors. Illinois Hospitals, healing communities. Learn more at team-iha.org. Sponsored by the Illinois Health and Hospital Association. Aired in cooperation with the Illinois Broadcasters Association and this station.
Don't get stuck with a cold shower this fall. Give CenterGuard Plumbing a call. Get a new 40-gallon water heater installed for just $1,195 for standard installation, or a 50-gallon heater for $1,295 standard installation. A proud new sponsor of AM 560, CenterGuard is offering specials on new water heaters. Don't wait. The cold temperatures are coming, and the same can happen to your water heater. If you're having hot water issues or your water heater's over 8 years old, take advantage of this fall special today. CenterGuard Plumbing is Chicagoland's same-day water heater experts. Call before noon and they can schedule your repair or install the same day on in-stock water heaters. They'll even haul away your old one no charge. You're only a text away from install today. Call 847-406-8883. Mention AM 560 to receive fall special pricing. That's 847-406-8883. Call or text 847-406-8883 or visit CenterGuardPlumbing.com.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio on AM 560, 92.7 and AM 1400. You know, listening to Republicans serving in Illinois, and then every day I'm talking to Michigan Republicans. I mean, they passed no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security, no tax on overtime in Michigan. This happened in Michigan in a divided, and they're divided, and they got it passed. And then you see what happens here, that there's nothing but taxation. $11 billion of taxation coming for everybody that lives here in Illinois. That's coming your way, and that's insane. Mitchell.
Yes, it is insane, John, for crying out loud. What are we going to do? What I find interesting, and I want to ask you this, in your opinion, is why hasn't Trump brought in the National Guard to support ICE, number one? And number two, is there some kind of strategy that he's trying to do to stall this out? Because to me, it seems like it's a no-brainer.
They are here. They're just stationed down by me, down near the Joliet area. They're here. They're just staging.
I know they're staging, but why doesn't he just put them into action? First of all, it would have by supporting. Right now, you have the governor and you also have the mayor that are basically giving incentives for people that are paid to go and disrupt ICE, to basically interfere with their objective. These people are here illegally. Okay, what WCPT and their stupid listeners don't understand, and radical Democrats, these people are here illegally. So by the legal vernacular of the definition, they're illegal. All right, It's not complicated. Second of all, you have another component, which we talked about last week, that there's all these crimes that are being committed by these people, and then you also have people that are legal citizens that are committing crime.
Yep.
So it would kill two birds with one stone, right? And I just don't understand why he's not more aggressive.
I think one of the reasons why you see so much pushback from the governor and the mayor of Chicago and President Trump. Remember, he said, "I'm going to go where I want it. I'm going to go where people want help." Memphis wanted him. Tennessee, the governor of Tennessee wanted him there. D.C., he has complete authority and control over what happens in D.C. Portland wanted him. They needed it in Portland. And Chicago, they're playing this game with him. I mean, just imagine the amount of resources they could get.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And by the way, what people don't realize is that military intelligence, if they send a platoon of Marines that are associated with the Navy, Office of Naval Intelligence is like almost a step higher than the CIA.
Yeah. They are.
So what happens? So when you have these radical Democrats on WCPT saying, the National Guard and the military, they're not trained. They're not trained? They're not trained?
Yeah.
This is how stupid. Yeah. I go, first of all, not only do you get the access to military intelligence, they can have this thing solved in like a week.
Yeah, but Iraq and Afghanistan truly trained our men and women on guerrilla tactics. And so to say that they're not trained, that's BS.
Yeah, total. I mean, that's it. It's absurd. It's the master of the obvious that they're uninformed. And the fact is they don't know anything. And the fact is, John, this has gotten so bad that they couldn't care less about ruining their own state and city. Do you hear what I'm saying here, Daddy-O?
I hear you. I agree with you too, Mitchell. Thanks, Mitch.
Sure,
appreciate it. Let's go to Jim. Jim, welcome to Black and Right.
Well, this is a sad day for the state of Illinois. It's awful. In fact, Jennifer usually have Jennifer St. Leacher on because she gave a nice video description. She did a nice video description talking about this energy tax and all the stuff, giving this authority to some board and just taking it out of the hands of the legislature so they can basically raise energy prices they want to. And basically, these numbskulls are completely ignoring
that wait, Jim, that they get to a point, right?
Yeah. So it's stupid. Illinois It's got that serious political disease called Democratitis. It's awful, and we need to get good people, especially our urban friends in Chicago. And hopefully, they'll start waking up to some of the stuff.
Yeah.
With Chicago Red Movement stuff, trying to get some good people in these local offices to supplant some of these people that aren't serving the rest of the state well.
I agree.
This is why the people from downstate want to secede.
Yep. And the next caller wants to succeed too. He wants succession today, succession tomorrow, and succession forever.
Well, I have a new phrase. I'll say succeed and not secede.
Yeah. All right.
Let's try to do that in Illinois.
All right. Thanks, Jim. Verlon.
Well, I'm glad you said it before me because listen, you spent me today, man, because you brought up a serious topic. And I was gonna call in with my little phrase, and then we was gonna have fun. But I want to be serious for a minute. First, I want to answer Mitchell's question. Why doesn't Trump bring in the National Guard? It's because a judge put that on hold. He was about to, and that's still being adjudicated. So he's got to go through that process first. Matter of fact, I heard a whole interview with a lady on one of these talk shows talking about how ICE and the border guard, whatever you call them, and Department of Homeland Security, they're all here and they're all running the show, but they can't bring in the National Guard until some real harm starts coming to ICE or any of those agencies.
Yeah.
So I'm answering Mitchell's question, but
yeah, and that was Judge April Perry.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you brought up the topic about.
Oh, we gotta wait. Oh shoot!
Oh
We gotta
God!
wait to the break.
Ah.
Sorry, brother. Sorry about that. Well, I already know what you're calling in to talk about. Assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We gonna tussle on this one, brother. I got a feeling. I already know we tussling on this one. You listening to Black and Right? We'll be right back.
I don't need a subpoena. They want my soul, better go to Korea. I love my dog just like I'm Peter.
Aon Consulting Incorporated seeks a health and benefits consultant, actuary, reporting to headquarters in Chicago, Illinois, to develop health and benefits actuarial solutions. Requires a bachelor's degree in actuarial science, financial actuarial mathematics, or a related field, plus 3 years of actuarial experience. Must have at least 3 years of experience in each of the following: providing health insurance and benefits consulting for goal setting, benchmarking, plan design, pricing strategy, budget setting, and bid selection projects. Developing actuarial and financial models at scale, including forecasting, reporting, actuarial valuations, and network cost and quality analyses. Telecommuting available from anywhere in the United States 5 days a week. Annual salary $116,900 to $194,900. Candidates must send resume to aonresumes@aon.com and cite requisition number 00832 or apply at jobs.aon.com.
Whether you're climbing the corporate ladder, launching a new project, or just looking for that extra edge, your brain is your most valuable asset. Now there's a way to support it every single day, Think Factor. From the makers of Relief Factor, Think Factor is built to help you stay sharp, nurture your memory, boost your attention. It unlocks the mental clarity and precision you need to stay ahead of the game, no matter the challenge. After a few weeks of taking Relief Factor, I noticed a dramatic difference in my focus, my memory, my concentration. And look, the longer you take Think Factor, the better it works. This is not a one-off. You want to take Think Factor regularly. If you're a go-getter who refuses to settle, Think Factor can help you perform at your best and keep your edge. Call 800-4RELIEF. That's 800-4RELIEF, or just visit ReliefFactor.com to order Think Factor. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily with Think Factor.
The following advertisement includes a celebrity impersonation.
You know, nothing beats the comfort of a perfectly heated home.
And when it comes to heating your home, Air Right Heating and Cooling does it the best.
And they love our country. Beautiful people.
Air Right Heating and Cooling is fast. When your furnace breaks down, they'll fix it right away.
Just like that. Big time results. No waiting around. You get the job done right. And let's face it, who doesn't love being warm, right? It's beautiful. When it's freezing, I crank up that amazing furnace. Burn, baby, burn. Trust me, you'll say, wow, I've never felt this warm in my life.
If you like keeping your hard-earned money, then contact Air Right Heating and Cooling. Tell them AM 560 sent you, and right now you'll receive $56 off any service.
Unbelievable.
Visit Air Right Heating and Cooling today at AIR-RITE.com. Again, that's AIR-RITE.com. Air Right Heating and Cooling. Doing it right since 1959.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. All right, Villan, go ahead. I work for healthcare, and it should. Go ahead.
No, wait, no. I just want to tell you. Okay, you started off you ended the conversation with I think it was Jim talking about all of the things that Michigan passed. Guess what else they passed?
What's that?
Assisted suicide.
Well, not under the Republican leadership, though.
I was just updated. We just had a whole orientation about it 2 months ago.
Not by the Michigan Republicans. Every single one of them are against it.
It's law here.
It's already been law.
They could do it. Okay, well,
it's evil. It's evil.
They just updated. Okay, well, anyway, I wasn't talking about that. You were talking about what they're gonna do in Illinois. Now, I talked to Dan about this 2 years ago when it was coming down the pipe. Don't be misled. They already have it in Illinois. I've been taking care of people since I was 19 years old. Okay, they got the thing called hospice.
Yeah.
The way it works, the patient and the doctor. If you are suffering from a debilitating disease and constant pain, I got two stories to tell you. Constant pain and there's no recovery. There's no value of life. You and the doctor, or if you are incapacitated, the doctor and the family can decide to put you on hospice to end your life. It's a cocktail of Ativan and morphine. It slows down your heart.
You're acting like wait. You're explaining this to me like I agree with this.
No. This is what I'm trying to get across to whoever that's listening today and to you. Listen, I had a friend, my aunt that just passed 5 months ago, and my friend. My friend passed about 5 years ago. He had multiple sclerosis. Whole body became contorted. He was in constant pain. He ended up falling in and out of a coma. It was a light form of a coma, not a deep sleep coma. But the doctor said it was no recovery. He lost his speech. His mother, he became incapacitated. And even when he was trying to talk, he was basically telling me, I don't want to live like this. But his mother ended up making the decision with the doctor to end his life. Okay? It was no hope. He was not going to recover from it. It was the worst form of multiple sclerosis you could have.
Okay.
My aunt, five months ago, she just died. She had stage 4 cancer. She was in and out of a coma and constant pain, and nobody knew what to do. My family wanted to let her go. Her daughter, it fell to her daughter to make the decision. She didn't want to let her go. It took my aunt to come out of her coma and tell her, because her son, my cousin, died about 2 years before her.
Okay, Valon, you're trying. Wait, hold on. You're trying to use emotions to trigger why this. Hold on. Why this culture of death that we have permeating across this country. I know people who had the same things, all these type of different ailments, and yet they decided to live out their life. You know why? And I'm gonna tell you just like this, Valon. It's people who don't believe in a God who are okay with this type of stuff. I believe in a God, and guess what? No. He is the author of life. He dictates when a person leaves, not government. And who's paying for it?
It was this and that, and that's where you're wrong. It's not government. It's the doctor and the patient.
Okay, how can the doctors and the patient make the decision? Government has to give them that ability to do that.
No, they don't. They do not have to give them that ability.
Valon, do you understand right now in the state of Illinois? I think it's a class 2 felony for assisted suicide here. If somebody decided to do that, it's a class 2 felony in here. In order for a doctor and a patient to make that decision, that law that's on the books, 720 ILCS 512-34.5 of the Illinois Criminal Code, has to be done away with.
My aunt woke up out of her coma and told my cousin, "I'm ready to be with my son." Let me tell you something. Nobody's going to be prosecuted over that. And guess what? They just want to make it concrete law so it won't be some lawyer to say that shouldn't have happened and try to prosecute somebody over it. The bottom line is, listen, I'm anti-death, but if you're suffering and you're in pain all day, every day, I mean, you don't know what kind of pain these people are in. I took care of many patients.
I don't know how many people. My grandfather died of I've sat and watched my grandfather die. I sat and watched my grandmother die. I sat and watched my auntie die. To say that I don't understand. I'm not saying it. No. I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is no. Hold on. Stop out. What I'm saying is opening up this culture of death, which has permeated the country. Now, here's a question for you. Do you believe God? Do you believe there's a God? And do you believe this God is the one that gives life?
You know what?
No. Answer the question. Yes or no?
No, I don't. I don't, because
there it is.
It's too many religions to say which one. And I'm tired of all y'all religions fighting like y'all games.
I'm not fighting.
I talk to Jehovah's Witnesses. They say y'all a damn lie. The Holy Trinity is a damn lie. I talk to Muslims. They they hate the hell out of you. They say there ain't no such thing.
I don't care what they do. I don't care what they think.
And all these different religions.
I don't care what they think.
You don't know which one is the real religion, so I don't follow none of it. But you telling me about you wanna force people to live until whatever end happens when they going through whatever the hell they going through from whatever illness that what they going through. If they want to die, it should be left up to them and a doctor.
Hey,
I'm not for death, but if you want to end your life and it's done humanely, it should be done that way.
And that's because you never lost somebody who's lost their life by the word suicide too. That's my other issue with this. Assisted suicide. Are you freaking kidding me? Hold the line, Vlon. We'll be right back.
This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to sail with me next September 5th through the 12th, 2026, on the Deeper Faith Norwegian Fjords cruise. If you've never been to this picturesque part of the world, the sights are magnificent, and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiwork. Throughout the journey, I'll be teaching from the Bible. Together we'll learn from the Scriptures, enjoy a week of fellowship and worship, and stop at several ports where we'll stroll through quaint Nordic villages. This is an opportunity to explore scenes you won't soon forget, all while forming new friendships with fellow believers from around the world. Cabins are limited, so call today at 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. I hope to see you on board.
Book today at 560theanswer.com/deeperfaith.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, doctors Economos, Gavalis, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidisciplined practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right Radio. AM 560, 92.7 and AM 1400, Detroit, Michigan. Vlon, here's the reality of these type of arguments. And then when people say that what Christians do and say, I don't really care what people say. What my life is guided by the Bible. And if other people don't, I don't judge that. But I'm telling you where I get my belief system from. I know God is the author of life. You don't believe that. Others don't believe that. Guess what? That's their prerogative to believe that and think that. I'm never going to tell somebody. But anytime I see the word suicide in anything and it's about taking a life, my son's 4-year anniversary is next Saturday. Next Saturday. And I see this bill coming down the pike. So this wasn't towards you, Vlon. So I just wanted you to know that.
Oh no, I got it. I hear you. All I'm saying is I'm never going to think that I'm so omnipotent that I'm going to tell somebody else that's suffering from all of the different types of illnesses that I've seen people suffer from since the age of 19 years old, and I'm 53.
Have you ever seen anybody recover? Have you ever seen anybody recover from where people said that they were going to die and they recovered? I have. I've seen people get prayed. I have. I've seen it with my very own eyes. I've seen people go in and get prayer and recover from what they were supposed to die from. That's my knowledge. You have your own personal knowledge, and I have my own personal knowledge where I've seen the power of God resurrect people. I've seen the power of God heal people completely from cancer. I've seen this with my own eyes. This is not something I'm making up.
I hear you, but you shouldn't have the right to tell somebody else what they should do with their life or what kind of pain they should go through because of what you believe in. If they feel there's time for
you believe in abortion, you believe in abortion.
We already had this conversation.
No, do you believe in it? You don't believe that anybody should go out and kill babies, right?
No, I don't believe they should.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Abortion.
By you being somebody that's against abortion, what are you saying? That you have an opinion about what somebody should do with their life?
No, but I said I give people the 3 exceptions. We've already had this conversation on the show: rape, incest, and what's the third one? No, life of the mother. You can't tell her to give up her life to have the baby. If she's that selfless to do it, which my second daughter, her life was almost on the line. I mean, to have her son, she really did risk her life to have my grandson. But that was her choice. You know what I'm saying? And if some woman get raped, you don't know what they go through for the rest of their life.
I do. No. Time out. Now, see, you make these generalities. I do. You know why? You know how many women that I've had to talk out of killing their babies, even those who were raped. You know, I've talked. I just don't talk about this stuff. I don't talk about what I do for God. I just don't. I simply don't, because I want that reward when I get it. But to say that I don't know, I do know it, because I talked to him. I talked him out of it. And guess what? There was a woman, Lillian Anthony, who talked my mother off the table from killing me 49 years ago. So that's why I'm so strong and so hard-headed as it relates to abortion. Because even if it is a rape, do you know how many people have done great things in this world? And I don't want that. I hate that. I don't want none of that to happen, Valon. Don't get me wrong. But good.
That's good. You talk some women out of it, but it's still their choice, because there's some women that can never get over it. And what somebody.
And guess what? I'll be there with them. If a woman go, and me and my wife, and a couple of we've been with them, with women after they've committed abortions, and we don't judge them, and we're there for them. We've been the one when 2 people who were raped, and we were there for them. We got them through their lives.
What if one of them was molested by their father or their uncle or something like that? It's their choice.
I've been there too. I've seen that too. I've seen that too. All right, we got to go. Oh, me and you arguing. I forgot about the other callers, you bum. All right, brother, take care.
Take it easy, man.
Guys, hold the line. When we get back from the break, I'll take your calls. We'll be right back.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Not sure what to get him this holiday? You can't go wrong with a gift from Untuck It. Every guy wants to unwrap our best-selling, wrinkle-free, and performance styles. From polished shirts for holiday parties to cozy layers for family photos, you'll find everything he needs to look sharp and feel comfortable all day and night. So, get a head start on your holiday gift list. Early holiday sale happening now. Find the perfect gift for everyone on your list at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores worldwide. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn, untucked.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer Chicago.
A real-life Hunger Games. I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. SNAP benefits have run out for 42 million Americans, although 2 federal judges have ordered the Trump administration to find money to pay for them during the shutdown. Here's Fox's Alexandria Hoff.
The president also added that even with legal clarification, some of these funds will be delayed. And the White House Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett pointing the finger at Democrats as well. He says using these emergency funds rather than resolving the issue at hand is risky.
The idea that they're going to take our rainy day fund and spend it, like what happens in 3 weeks?
Yeah, so in talking about that delay on SNAP benefits, people will not be seeing those hit their accounts today, maybe even a week from now, as the president said that even once all of this is resolved, or if they can tap into these USDA funds, the SNAP Emergency Reserve, that at that point it's then going to have to go to the states to disperse those funds.
Wisconsin Congressman Brian Steele.
Well, this is yet another stopgap measure that doesn't solve the underlying problem. The underlying problem should be that we should pass the clean CR and fully reopen the government. This stopgap measure provides funding that doesn't even equal one full month.
President Trump is looking to the courts for help. U.S. airports remain in crisis as air traffic controllers work without pay. Fox's Christina Coleman at LAX.
There are some flight delays at the major airports in Houston and Boston because of staffing shortages due to the government shutdown. The FAA says nearly 13,000 air traffic controllers have been working for weeks now without pay, and this, of course, is causing some problems. They say there's a surge in call-outs right now that's straining staffing levels at multiple airports. Half of their core 30 facilities are dealing with staffing shortages, and nearly 80% of air traffic controllers are absent at New York area facilities. After 32 days without pay, these employees are working under immense stress and fatigue.
America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, partly cloudy skies with a low of 38. Tomorrow, expect a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 53. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a chance of late showers and a low of 43. On Monday, anticipate a breezy day with clouds clearing for sunshine and a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus.
What makes Hassellus Mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery, and prices that are way too low?
Yeah, besides that.
Hassellus Mattress is locally owned and managed by the same family.
So,
your money stays right here. And through Monday, you'll get a $248 credit towards a new Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hassellus.com.
A great smile can make you feel happy and confident. So when you consciously conserve your teeth, that glowing smile will show through. At Best Dental Group, Doctors Economos, Gabe Alice, and their staff are ready to help you create that perfect look or maintain the one you have now. Along with general dentistry, Best Dental Group is a multidiscipline practice with an orthodontist, periodontist, and prosthetic specialists on site. They use the newest breakthroughs in dental technology such as titanium implants, Invisalign clear braces, and laser treatments. Don't let fear get in the way. They can recommend sedation to make your experience as comfortable as possible. Best Dental Group is located in historic downtown Bartlett and is a multilingual office. Call 630-830-4930, 630-830-4930, or visit bestdental.org. Best Dental Group, sharing your conservative values and helping you to conserve your teeth.
If you need custom boxes and crates, expert packing and crating, import-export transloading with heavy lift capability, the DC Group delivers. It all started 51 years ago with DC Export and Domestic Packing, the hard work of founders Dominic and Carol Cochemiglio. Their family's desire to exceed customer expectations, backed by an incredible team and loyal customers, is now driving expansion. From their humble roots in a garage-sized building to 100,000 square feet in the Chicago area, 45,000 in Greenville, and a new Houston facility, they're coast to coast. And their sister company, DC Transport, handles everything from container drayage to super heavy haul loads across North America since 1991. Whether it's packing and crating, transloading, transportation service, or trade shows, the DC Group delivers. Those that attended FabTech 2025, we'd love to hear from you. Get your quote now at dcexport.com. That's dcexport.com, your trusted logistics partner.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Welcome back. Hour 2 of Black and White Radio on AM 560, 92.7 FM and AM 1400, The Answer. If you missed that first hour, head over to 560theanswer.com. Download the podcast. You can listen to this show no matter where you are. You can also head over to blackandwhiteradio.com. Get my book. It's getting ready to become a movie. I signed the option agreement maybe a month ago now. So now we are in the phase of writing the script for the movie. So I'm really, really, really excited about it. I'm telling you, I am so ecstatic about it. Before we get our guest on, I may have to send you your number if he doesn't call in right now, Pete. I'll put it in the chat. Let's go to the phones. Glenn.
Hey, John. I hope you're doing well. So just my understanding on National Guard usage, the National Guard can come in if the governor requests it. And if the governor doesn't request it, they can come in to protect federal property or assist in enforcement of federal law. Correct. So what ICE is doing is ensuring federal laws is being enforced, and they can assist ICE, and that's it. Okay. Now, Illinois seems to be very pro-crime. Okay, pro-crime, pro-criminal. So I asked my family and friends who are still in Illinois, if you had to grade the quality of life in Illinois with the crime being as high as it is, and now the taxes going even higher with no end in sight, what grade would you give the state of Illinois for quality of life?
Oh, see, there are some portions of Illinois. I mean, listen, even with Chicago, with everything that it has, it's still a beautiful city. It's still a beautiful place without having to worry about crime. To go to some of the best places to eat, some of the best views. Every time I go in, I look at that skyline, and dude, I take a deep breath because I see the beauty of who Chicago is, and I remember when Chicago was an amazing place to live growing up, and it depends on where you're at. I remember that. You know,
I remember that too, but the legislatures have a different agenda, and it has nothing to do with the quality of life, I think, bettering the quality of life at all. So,
well, like I said, you said Illinois, though, so because it depends on where you are in Illinois.
Yeah, but everybody's going to pay more in taxes.
Yep.
They're going to still pay, which affects your quality of life.
Yeah.
If you're giving more, if you're unable to keep more of your money, it affects your quality of life.
That's a good point.
So.
All right, thanks, Glenn. Appreciate the call. Let's go to Mark from the 14th District. Mark?
Yeah, hi, John. My quality of life in IL-14 right now is pretty darn good. Anyway, I got a nursing home story for Verlon, if he's still listening. My aunt was in a nursing home, and one of the other patients, he kept trying to escape, and I once heard the nurse go, "What would your kids say?" And he shouted back at her, "My kids are the ones that threw me in here to die so they could take all my stuff." Oh. So you gotta, so I can appreciate all of Verlon's horror stories, but, there's the other end of the spectrum too.
Yeah.
When does this assisted living or assisted suicide become an excuse just to kill the elderly? Like, a person's 90, what else are they going to do? And then how long before 90 becomes 80? Or how long because, he ran out of money and what else is he going to do? So, I'm against assisted suicide because of those slippery slope arguments. It just becomes an excuse to get rid of the elderly.
Well, and also, Mark, once you open, this is the thing I've learned about government serving in it, being a former state rep. Once you give the left an inch, they take country miles. And now today is the elderly. Who's next? So that's my point, Mark. Thanks, Mark. I got an exciting new guest coming on. I really am excited about our next guest. My good friend Michelle Odom connected me with him, and I just been just all over his social media, and he's really, 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 really a great guy.
because we are living in the vision of AFTAP Puraval. Our crime is up. We're seeing an infrastructure that's decaying. We're seeing a budget that's being funneled into ways that do not benefit the city. And these are things that I think are valid questions for every citizen, because if we're living in this 4 years later, do you really want 4 more years of this vision? Now, a vision that I see is, from what I see from City Hall, is that you're glorified custodians. Focus on the jobs at hand, focus on spending the money properly, focusing on fixing the roads, and focus on making sure that your crime is in order. Like I said before, I've been endorsed by the FOP. Our current mayor did not get the trust or the endorsement from our FOP. Our police officers did not get the full endorsement from the fire department as well. These are key employees of the city, and this is the manager that is not getting the backing of those employees. And I think that for a vision of what we see with safe streets, clean streets, and prosperous streets, we've got to be able to take in a different direction where businesses don't feel threatened in our Fountain Square, that they're not threatening to leave every week, that we're not seeing residents that don't feel safe with their families in the downtown area. That's the vision that we are living in right now with my opponent, but my vision is going to be for safer streets, cleaner streets, and prosperous streets.
Well said. That voice is the voice of Corey Bowman. He's a lifelong Cincinnatian, a community builder, a small business owner whose vision for leadership is not rooted in politics but in people. He served as a pastor, entrepreneur, and neighborhood advocate, all before deciding to step into the public arena. While some may recognize his family connection to Vice President J.D. Vance, Corey has made it clear that his campaign is about Cincinnati, not Washington. His platform centers on revitalizing local neighborhoods, restoring accountability in city government, and giving ordinary citizens a real seat at the table. That's what it's about. Today, we'll explore his blueprint for change, his philosophy of servant leadership, and how he intends to move Cincinnati from management to momentum. Corey, welcome to Detroit's Morning Answer. Welcome to Black and White Radio.
John, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be with your listeners, and I need you to copy and paste that intro so I can put it on my website, because that was probably the best intro anybody's ever given me.
Oh, you're welcome, my friend. Now, Corey, you said that this campaign isn't about politics; it's about people. Can you unpack that for the listening audience? And because I got a ton of family that live in Cincinnati too, so next time I'm up there, I'll be sure to stop by, and I'll let them know that they better be voting for you. But you said this campaign isn't about politics; it's about people. Can you unpack that for us? And what moment or realization pushed you to run for mayor?
Yeah, so when we say politics over people, what we're seeing with city government specifically, because this is a mayoral race, and in our race we have 27 candidates for 9 positions for city council. And what we've seen in our city, especially over the last 4 years, is that these elected officials are trying to act like they're on a national stage, and they're pushing agendas or they're pushing issues that don't really pertain to the people in our city. You know, what I said in that intro, you know, at the in the soundbite, is that I see it as glorified custodians. You need to make sure the streets are taken care of properly. They need to be safe, clean. Make sure you're spending the money properly. But we see our elected officials making resolutions. This happened actually last year. They made a resolution from City Hall in Cincinnati for a ceasefire in Israel. And I'm sitting there thinking, what leadership overseas, thousands of miles away, is going to get a letter? Oh, there's some city in America that put a resolution for a ceasefire. We need to listen to these people. No, what I say is that we need a ceasefire on our own streets, in our own neighborhood. But they're not acting like that. They're not acting like local elected officials. They're just acting like, you know, they're going to use Cincinnati as a stepping stone. And Cincinnati is very famous for that. We have a football coach that coached for University of Cincinnati, Brian Kelly. And he left his championship team to go to Notre Dame in the middle of a bowl game. And then he used that platform to move to LSU. And then now he just got fired from LSU. Now, as a Christian, I don't wish the worst on people, but as a football fan, I'm so glad that he got what he deserved.
Yeah.
But people in Cincinnati use Cincinnati as a stepping stone for the next position.
Well, I'll tell you this, man. We didn't want him in Notre Dame. Notre Dame is my favorite college team, and we did not want him in Notre Dame. Trust me when I tell you that. But, Cincinnati, I've been there many a times. It's a very proud but divided city. What does it? How do you plan under your leadership? How do you intend to bring the different factions that are? Oh my God! I didn't even realize what time it was. I'll hold that question until after the break. If you're just joining the show, we're talking to Corey Bowman. He's running to become the mayor of Cincinnati. I guess I'll hold that question until after the break, Corey.
Absolutely.
You're listening to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
After all, don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Aid for Women, Breakthrough Ideas, and by Attorney Stephen A. Leahy at Opum Tax Advocates.
Your local State Farm agent Anthony DeGrotto combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Fearless conversations and sharp analysis of the stories that matter. It's the Aaron Mullins Show, now available on the Salem Podcast Network.
I do find it a little bit off-putting when someone has a history of calling others out for being complicit via their silence to then occupy that space themselves. The hypocrisy is the issue I have.
The Aaron Mullins Show on the Salem Podcast Network. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Guys don't propose with a ring that she didn't pick out. Trust us, she already has a ring in mind. So engage with Gage Diamonds, in person or online, where Gage's skilled ring designers will work with her to create the perfect setting, matched with the perfect stone. Gage specializes in exquisite lab-grown diamonds. Financing available. GageDiamonds.com, where engagement's middle name.
Rashaw talks about building income in retirement.
You know, you can actually structure it in a way that have that $4,000 a month coming in the door every single month. So you don't have to look at the stock ticker and say, oh, the stock market's up today, stock market's down. You still got that $4,000 a month, and having that opportunity to take the vacations and do all the fun things in retirement that you always dream to do.
Unleash your wealth, Saturday at 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Before the break, we were talking to candidate to become the next mayor of Cincinnati, Corey Bowman. I think I want to humanize this interview a little bit more, Corey, if that's okay with you. How does your background as a pastor and small business owner shape your leadership philosophy, and how might it make you a different kind of mayor?
Yeah, well, once again, thank you to you and your listeners for having me. When we first started this, what happened is that you mentioned at the beginning of the program, my brother is Vice President J.D. Vance.
Yes.
And we had the honor of attending the inauguration and just seeing that moment as a family. And we've been pastoring in the downtown area for 5 years. Me and my wife have lived downtown. We have businesses. We're invested in this city. And as we started flying back home, I thought, hey, what's a candidate that I can get behind in the next mayoral election, just to make an impact? Well, I talked with leadership, and there was nobody running. So basically, me and my wife prayed and fasted for 3 days. Actually, she wasn't fasting because she was pregnant at the time. But we did a lot of prayer. We knew what we had to get into, and we just felt like we needed to put our hat in the ring, so to say. And that's what did it, because the vision for our life has always been just to help people in our city.
Yeah.
And that's what motivated us to make this run. And if God be willing, if we get in as mayor next year, that philosophy of just loving our city and practically knowing what we need to do to impact the lives of our residents is what's going to drive our mayorship.
Define servant leadership in your own words. How would that principle guide your administration day to day?
Well, what we see in our current administration, and I've been there to witness it, and it just left a bad taste in my mouth. For me, I don't like showing up to places late and leaving early. I don't like, and when we first started this race, this is my first dive into politics, we ended up going to a lot of these events where they would say, oh, so-and-so is going to be there, so-and-so is going to be there. It'd be all these big names. And these people would come in late, leave early, not talk to anybody. And these weren't like big names.
Yeah.
They were just like, it's not like, the whole room was wanting to talk with them. But I just saw something I didn't really like. Recently we were at a festival in a local neighborhood, and I showed up early, and I was talking with people, helping set up tables, do all that stuff. And then the current mayor comes into the same festival, and he's got his handlers, and he comes in, walks in for about 10 minutes. He literally kicks a soccer ball with a child of color and takes a picture with it, and then or like with the ball and the kid and the child, and then leaves. And within 10 minutes, this post was on his social media. They all had a great day with this festival. And I'm sitting there like, you tool bag, you posted it, left. And meanwhile, I'm sitting here talking with people. And so I just don't really like that. I understand schedules, come and go, but you got to be there to help people. Today, we actually served at a food pantry in the West End because we realized a lot of people are scared because of this government shutdown going on. And so we worked with a local food pantry and made sure, I think we served 91 families in a matter of 3 hours. And it was just awesome. And I told the people, this isn't a political stunt. I'm not here to bring media. I'm here to just serve. And I think that's what's got to carry over into public office.
Now, let's come November, you're elected. What are your top 3 priorities in the first year, and how will you measure success in each?
Well, the biggest things we're running on is crime, infrastructure, and budget. You've got to make sure that the crime is taken care of. You got to make sure that the infrastructure, our decaying roads, because there's potholes everywhere in our city, that's taken care of. And you got to make sure that the money's spent properly for the upcoming year. And so what we're seeing in our city is a lot of money is being funneled into nonprofits and NGOs that say they help the community. But if you give them $1 million, they're paying 10 people administrative salaries, and that's it. So that's what we end up seeing. So when we get into office, our first 100 days, well, for number one, every year since the dawn of time in Cincinnati, in January and February, it snows. So last year we had a terrible snow plowing year. I mean, I'm talking about there was a week where people weren't able to come into my business downtown because of snow plow removal. So I don't care if we've got to reach out to state DOT or federal DOT. We're going to make sure that all the streets are properly plowed. Well, then what that snow brings is potholes in the springtime. We've got to make sure that we're paving roads. At the current pace of the city, it's going to take 40 years to pave all of our roads in Cincinnati. So we've got to up the contract and making sure that we're paving at a rapid pace to keep up with our infrastructure. And then with the police, there's 3 things with crime that we're dealing with. Number one is that we have to bring up our staffing levels. We're 20% understaffed with our police department, and that doesn't necessarily account to just people don't want to work for the police department. It's that they don't want to work for leadership that's not going to have their back. So we're going to make sure we're bringing the complement levels up. Number two, we're going to make sure that we let them enforce the law, no strings attached, no handcuffing when it comes to telling our officers that you can't enforce low-level crimes or you got to make exceptions here or there. Allow them to do their job. And then three, we've got to put pressure. I'm talking about a lot of pressure on the judges in our city to make sure they're holding criminals accountable so that we can keep our streets safe.
You know what, Corey? It's what's with what you're saying. I mean, you can take this to every single urban city. And I'm not trying to make this about Democrat, Republican, but with a leftist-leaning progressive that's running these cities. And what you just said is happening in almost every single major city. And that's a problem. Let's talk about economic opportunity. What's your plan to how do you look to attract investment? Gentrification is a real thing. It happens all over the country. What's your plan to attract investment while you ensure that growth doesn't push out working class families?
Well, that's the thing that we're seeing in all these cities is that, and I've been watching closely the mayoral race in NYC, and I'm actually blown away because a lot of these issues they're dealing with, we deal with in Cincinnati. And so a big thing on the other side is that they keep on pushing housing. And they keep on saying it over and over. But their solution to it is just providing these big concrete boxes of affordable housing, and it doesn't provide any pathway out of poverty. It just provides jail cells that they pay a low rent for. And so what's happening is that in a lot of these urban areas is that they're food deserts. There's no grocery stores. There's no businesses. There's nothing. And so what happens with the youth? Well, the youth, a lot of them don't even go to school because they're still suffering from a lot of things with COVID. And a lot of them are homeless, or when they go home, there's no water or electric on. There's slumlords taking advantage of these low-income housing. And so what happens is that you have youth violence that's on the rise because they have no future. I've talked with gang members that are my age, because I walk the streets, and they tell me they are scared to death of this next generation because their reasoning of going into the gangs was to provide for themselves and to belong to a group and for protection. But they say these young kids, they have no future, no hope, and they're literally just there to watch the world burn. There's no consequence. And so it scares a lot of people. My solution to that is, yes, provide social programs that allow people to get a leg up on things, but you have to have a pathway out. And so in the same way that I put a coffee shop in the middle of a neighborhood that not a lot of investment would come, that entire block that we're on, the crime has decreased on our block since we've been there. We've got to bring investment to these communities. We got to provide entry-level jobs. It's not just about a photo op with a small black-owned business. It's about bringing factories and manufacturing to these cities and providing entryway jobs to these local communities to where they can actually get a job out of high school. They can provide for themselves, get married, have kids, get an apartment at first, but then have a pathway to own their own home. You have to see a future. It's not just about a temporary fix. It's about providing a pathway to a bright future. And that's something that the other side doesn't really understand.
Yeah, that's true. I know. Can I hold you over for one more segment? This is a longer break. If you can hang on, I'd love to talk about the future of Cincinnati and also your leadership style. Do you have time to hold over?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I really do appreciate that because, I mean, I feel like Joakim Noah sometimes, though, when he said nobody wants to go to Cleveland. There's a lot of stuff to do in Cincinnati, though. Way more than what's to do in Cleveland. Trust me, I've been to both cities, and I've been to Columbus. I love that one even more, but I'm sorry. I love Columbus. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful city. We're talking to Corey Bowman, candidate for mayor of Cincinnati. You're listening to Black and Right. We'll be right back.
tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Lutheran Life Communities, Virago, and by Senior Helpers of Naperville.
Fox News, I'm Carmen Roberts. Airlines cancel more than 160 flights so far today and delay more than 3,000 as air traffic controllers call in sick during the government shutdown.
There was a close call yesterday at Boston's Logan Airport between a landing plane and another clearing for takeoff. And at LaGuardia in New York, two planes collided on the tarmac. The FAA said half of its core 30 facilities are experiencing staffing shortages.
Fox's Rebecca Castor. Former President Barack Obama is trying to help a Democrat take back the Virginia governor's office.
We have a chance to elect a leader who will help build a better, stronger, brighter future for Virginia.
The former president campaigning with Democrat Abigail Spanberger, who's running against Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. America's listening to Fox News.
Mathematics teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois to design, write, and use lesson plans. Teach mathematics to high school students. Prepare students for standardized tests and math-related competitions. Produce formal and informal testing. A master's degree in mathematics education or mathematics and an Illinois State Educator license in mathematics are required. Salary is $72,213 per year. Standard company benefits including paid time off, health insurance, and other employee benefits. Monday to Friday, 40 hours per week. Mail a resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60608. Mathematics teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois. Mail a resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60608.
Whether you're preparing for exams, juggling family and career, or just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here to help. Created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, and clearer thinking. It's the natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, and even vibrant vision. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to learn more. Look, I was a little bit skeptical. I started taking Think Factor. After a few weeks, wow, my memory, my focus, my concentration, better than ever. And Think Factor results get better the longer it's taken. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks, keep your memory strong, maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, well, Think Factor is for you. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com for Think Factor.
Salem News Channel is America's fastest growing conservative TV network.
It's an absolute crazy day.
Home to the largest lineup of free speech champions anywhere. Delivering in-depth insight and unapologetic opinion on today's biggest news stories.
Americans aren't going to put up with this anymore.
SNC brings you the news that matters, told with integrity and clarity. Watch Salem News Channel free 24/7 on your television. Stream now on Pluto TV.
Let me take a moment to talk about my friends at QC Kinetics. They're helping so many listeners regain their mobility free from joint pain. Does this sound like you? Where every time you move, it's a reminder of what hurts? A reminder of how far you've drifted from the life you once had? Well, relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from surgery. At QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli and her team tap into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. Stop masking the pain. Let QC Kinetics help you regain what pain took away. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment. And for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's a great time to book your free consultation to learn how QC Kinetics can help. Call 312-827-6261. That's 312-827-6261. Once more, that phone number, 312-827-6261, and tell them I sent you when you call. You need to be tuning into the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, the radio companion to the Amazon best-selling book, Success Blueprint, How to Build the Retirement You Deserve. Each week, Michael shares strategies designed to help reduce market risk through income-generating investments that can provide steady returns. Because if you can avoid a big loss, you don't need to take big risks. Catch the Retirement Success Blueprint with Michael Stewart, Saturday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560 The Answer.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Get up now. Get on up. Welcome back to Black and Right. Before the break, we were talking to mayoral candidate for Cincinnati, Corey Bowman. Corey, welcome back, brother.
Hey, good to be back.
You know, one of the things I always say, you know, when pastors can sometimes make some of the best leaders in politics, because when you think about coming to a church on a Sunday morning, sometimes your congregation is so fractured as it relates to politics, and a pastor who knows how to address the issues and who are not afraid of addressing the issues but talks directly to the people, that's why your style of leadership and how you go about doing these type of things is so key and crucial, I believe, in your campaign. What say you, Corey Bowman?
Well, yeah, I think that, you know, I've had friends in the past that they're in ministry, and they'll say, oh, you know, ministry would be great if it wasn't for the people. And I'm like, you're probably in ministry for the wrong reasons, brother.
Yeah.
You know, because the thing is that you always have to love people. Well, I think the same thing with politics is that, you know, we have people that are career politicians that don't really have a sense of loving people and caring about the people that they serve. It's called public service.
Yeah.
And so I think that, you know, a lot of times that's why business leaders are becoming better politicians, because they know how to effectively run a budget and be effective and efficient. So in the same way, I think that we're living in a day and age where God's calling up people that probably have had ministry on their heart in the past or have done that, but God's calling them into public service and the political. We need to get back to serving people.
Amen. Now, Cincinnati's population and their talent retention have truly lagged behind other Midwestern cities. How do you plan to make...
Oh, you're talking about our football team, huh?
Oh, gosh. Well, you guys may be without Flacco, too, right?
Wait.
Hey.
I'm still very hurt by it. So.
Yeah. But how do you plan to make the city a magnet for young families and entrepreneurs?
Well, I think that Cincinnati has such an amazing potential. You know, what I tell people is that me and my wife, we live in our city. We are raising our kids and our family in this city, not only because of what Cincinnati is, but what Cincinnati can be. I truly believe that it's the greatest city on earth. I believe that it has the greatest potential of any city on earth. And the more people are around our city, they realize that. It's just we're having these issues of the current state of crime and infrastructure, which is dampening the potential. And so I think once you get these things under control, Cincinnati is probably going to be one of the easiest sells when it comes to getting people to want to be here for concerts, for championships, for industry and business, because we have the architecture, we have the broadcast capabilities, we have the talent, the sports teams. I mean, we have amazing things going for our city, but people don't even see that right now because of the crime and because of the roads and how things are being run right now.
Yeah, and that Cincinnati chili is amazing, too. Don't forget that part.
Oh, absolutely.
Skyline Chili. But when you go out and you're going door to door, I saw a video. Michelle sent me a video of you talking about you going door to door. What are the voters telling you they're most frustrated about, and how do you plan to address those frustrations day one?
Well, the three things that we're running on, obviously, crime, infrastructure, budget. You know, they don't like how the condition of the roads. They don't like the crime. And they don't like how the money is being spent in our city. But on the side of that, one thing that they are very frustrated with our current administration is the lack of transparency. You know, a lot of people focus on our city over the summer months because at the end of July, there was an infamous fight that happened, and it went national in our city. Well, that happened on a Saturday, and nobody heard from anybody in the city hall or the administration until Monday afternoon.
Wow.
And so you had an entire weekend of this thing that went viral on social media. I woke up on Monday morning and I was getting calls from News Nation, Newsmax, CNN, Fox News, every news outlet you could imagine. And I would ask them, why are you guys interviewing me? And they said, because we can't get anything from City Hall right now. Now, here's another aspect of that. I grew up with siblings. If you get in trouble or if you do something wrong, you go in the corner and you make sure your stories are straight before you go to mom and dad.
That's so true.
Well, that's what happened. That's what happens with our current administration. All the council members basically get a gag order from the mayor and city manager and said, don't talk to the media until we get all the facts straight. What that means is don't talk to the media until we can make it look better than what it really is.
Yeah, that's true. You know, we got to go to break real soon, but I want to hold you for just one more segment because I want to give you an opportunity to speak directly to the voters of Cincinnati, and to give your pitch as to why they should vote for you when we come back from break. But listen, I know probably getting your brother's endorsement is good. I know President Trump's, but did you get this endorsement?
Oh, yeah. If you love Cincinnati brothers and sisters, then listen up. You got fire in your hearts. You got pride in your city. So get out there and make Corey Bowman our next mayor.
Macho Man Randy Savage. I love it. I saw that you shared that.
I've had people the whole time. They make all these AI things, and I just think it's hilarious.
It is funny. But we're talking with Corey Bowman. As I said, when we come back from break, I just want you to give a pitch as to why people should send Corey Bowman to be the next mayor of a great city called Cincinnati. We'll be right back.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Hi, my name is Dr. Michael Huber. During cold and flu season, a nearby cough or sneeze can trigger a familiar dread, that helpless feeling of being defenseless against an invisible viral threat. But what if you could change the narrative? What if you could fortify your body's natural defenses? This is why I developed Virago, the immune enhancement cocktail designed to give your body the upper hand. Virago is more than a supplement. It's a revolutionary liquid formula packed with 23 powerful natural nutraceuticals for rapid absorption. This unique blend is scientifically crafted to help build resilience and keep you protected. Don't just hope for good health. Make it happen with Virago. Virago and Maha, making America healthy again.
Virago. Order your bottle today online at myvirago.com and use coupon code IMMUNE to save 30%. myvirago.com. Coupon code IMMUNE.
It's Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and LifeLock is here with tips to help protect your identity. Use strong passwords, set up multi-factor authentication on your accounts, report phishing, and update your software on all your devices. And for comprehensive identity protection, LifeLock is your best choice. LifeLock not only alerts you to suspicious uses of your personal information, but also fixes identity theft, guaranteed, or your money back. So stay smart, stay safe, and stay protected with a 30-day free trial at LifeLock.com. Use the promo code BECK. Terms do apply.
Not sure what to get him this holiday? You can't go wrong with a gift from Untuck It. Every guy wants to unwrap our best-selling, wrinkle-free, and performance styles. From polished shirts for holiday parties to cozy layers for family photos, you'll find everything he needs to look sharp and feel comfortable all day and night. So, get a head start on your holiday gift list. Early holiday sale happening now. Find the perfect gift for everyone on your list at untuckit.com and more than 80 stores worldwide. Untuck It. Shirts designed to be worn, untucked.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right with John Anthony. Before the break, we were talking to Corey Bowman, candidate for mayor. Corey, I still say, I don't care what you say or anybody else says, Eric Davis dropped that ball in Wrigley Field against the Ivy when they called it an out. Eric Davis dropped that ball in Wrigley in center field. What say you?
I'm never going to go against my Cincinnati Reds. Come on now.
He dropped the ball, trust me. But no, I really do want to give you an opportunity to speak to the voters of Cincinnati. There's a lot of them that listen to this show. As I told you, I got a lot of family members as well. Why should the people of Cincinnati send Corey Bowman to be the next mayor of Cincinnati?
Well, you know what? One of the biggest things that they're saying about our campaign is that I'm unqualified to be the mayor of Cincinnati because I don't have a background in politics. And I believe that that's one of my greatest strengths when it comes to this race and leading our city. Over the course of the last 7 months of running this race, I've been able to meet and speak with the best of the best when it comes to those that are in public safety, even on a state and national level, those that are involved in auditing city budgets, and those that are involved in city planning when it comes to infrastructure. And I feel that there are so many great minds and great opportunities for us to take advantage of in Cincinnati. And somebody like me that's going to be in office is going to take advantage of every one of those things. You know, I was door knocking today, and as I'm door knocking, a guy gets handed a flyer with my face on it across the street by one of our volunteers. And he looks up, and I just say, "Hey," and I yell, and I say, "That's me." And he just starts yelling, "You're actually out here doing this?" And so I run over the street, and I shake his hand. He pulls out his phone, and he puts up his Snapchat, and he says on the Snapchat, "If you F with me, you F with Bowman. Vote for this guy. Wow. He's out here doing the work." Wow. Now, I'm assuming that was good, what he said.
Well, yeah.
About me.
Yeah.
But I think that that's going to be something that people in Cincinnati are going to get out of me. They're going to get somebody that's going to be on the streets doing the work. They're going to get somebody that is investing in Cincinnati because he wants to raise his family in Cincinnati, not because he's trying to use this city as a stepping stone to a higher office.
Corey Bowman, where can people follow you if they're listening? They want to get involved in the campaign. They want to, write a nice check to the campaign. Where can people follow you? Where can they send the money? And how can they get involved?
Yeah, so we're in the final days of our campaign, but every little bit helps. If you go online to Corey Bowman, that's CORYBOWMAN, there's a donate button there. And if it's given by this weekend, then it will be in our account by Monday to be able to pay for an influx of ads for this final push for us to get into Cincinnati, to get into this mayor's position. Now, if they want to get involved as far as door knocking goes in Cincinnati, we're going to have door knocking availability tomorrow and Monday all day to be able to go to our streets and be able to impact people that way. But the greatest thing they can do if they are in Cincinnati is to get out and vote and text and share on social media us and encourage other people to get out and vote as well, because there's no mayorship that happens here if people don't get to the polls.
That is so true. Corey Bowman, I want to thank you, first of all, for your time. You've been so gracious with your time. And let's go out and let's win this thing for the people of Cincinnati. Thank you so much. And I want to thank Michelle Odom for connecting us and making sure that this got done right away.
She's amazing, isn't she?
Oh, she's beyond amazing. She is everything.
Well, sometime next year, it's either you be in Cincinnati or me be in Chicago or Wrigley. We're going to watch a Reds and Cubs game together, enjoy either some chili or a deep dish pizza.
I'm in. I am in, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us on Black and Right, sir.
Well, thank you so much. You guys have a great night.
All right, you too. And he still dropped the ball. You guys don't remember that when the Cubs were playing the Reds and Eric Davis did this miraculous over the shoulder catch, and then he ran right into the ivy. And I swear I saw the ball fall. I'm telling you, I don't care what anybody says. He dropped that ball. Eduardo, thanks for holding, brother.
Yeah, good afternoon. Well, I got some things here to go through here. On this, let's see here, because I'm going to wind up on Belgium here. But Gavin Newsom and Governor Pritzker should be in jail because of these illegals that with the CDL in California and then the DUI here in Illinois.
Yeah,
they should be in jail.
Yeah, I heard Dan went and Dan did an extensive thing on all of that for like 2 or 3 days, and it was some great commentary.
Yeah. Moving on, Mark Carney apologized for that Reagan ad. Remember the Reagan ad?
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of apologizing, that's who should be apologizing is the governors from California and Illinois. And the ICE protesters are still following the ICE agents.
Yeah.
Like in Evanston, they grab their genitals. I mean,
what?
It's not being covered in the media here. And speaking of
wait.
drugs,
Did you hear the other station today, Eisendrath, talking about this with somebody? I think he was from Michigan, I think it was. Did you hear him talking about that today?
I tuned in like 15 minutes after they started
about ICE. About ICE and what they're doing. It's just ridiculous how people are viewing this.
Although the lady yesterday was talking to Raja, that knucklehead. And they just were so frustrated about what's going on with the ICE thing. But moving here to, I don't know if you want to hold me over because I want to.
Yeah, I will. Hey, Deb's, my wife's down in Tampa, same place too.
Oh,
yeah, she's down there. Take her out for dinner. Take her and all the kids out for dinner. You can do it.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay.
All right, I'll let you hold. You listen to the Black and Right. We'll be right back.
Senior Principal Economist for economic consulting firm located in Chicago, Illinois. PhD in managerial economics or related field, and 3 years experience in the job offered or related economics field. Yearly salary is $400,000. Send resume to Econic Partners US LLC. Attention Haley Moore, Chief Human Resources Officer, 150 North Michigan Avenue, Suite 2000, Chicago, Illinois 60601.
Hey, it's Scott Tucker and my new co-host,
Amy Jacobson,
on AM 560. We wanted you to know that we have a special show every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. here on AM 560, The Answer. It is Retirement Dakota with Scott Tucker and
Amy Jacobson.
It's every Sunday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. 2-hour show, 2-hour radio extravaganza. Amy, we're going to tantalize the listening public and the listening private with all kinds of retirement planning information. So tune in at AM 560 Sunday mornings at 7 a.m.
Your local State Farm agent, Anthony DeGrotto, combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Eduardo, what's up, brother?
Okay, so Belgium, the PM, Bart De Wever, he congratulates President Trump for those boat shootdowns because there's a city in Belgium called Antwerp, ANTERWERP, something like that.
Really?
They're having drug gangs, shooting outs and all that. I mean, some of these drug kingpins are like 29 years old.
Yeah.
That is
Some of them younger than that.
New York City.
Some of them are younger than that.
Yeah. There's a story in my favorite website, Daily Mail. Yeah, they're importing that from cartels from Albania.
Did you see
Belgium, Spain, and Netherlands?
Did you see President Trump saying there may be boots on the ground in Venezuela?
I know there's going to be land strikes coming.
Land strikes. I'm sorry, not boots.
Yeah,
land strikes.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's coming.
Yeah.
There's more likely that's going to be coming. And Russia sent some missiles over there, but they're tied down with Ukraine.
Yeah.
So they can't help.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Thanks, Eduardo. Appreciate the call,
All right,
man.
John.
All right. Bye. Craig from Mount Greenwood. Well, hey, what's up, Craig?
Mr. John, man, it's good to hear from you, man. Hey,
it's always good to hear from you.
Thanks for taking my call. You know, I want to just go on to this other subject that's really constantly we hear about things every day on this illegal issue. Illegal people being mistreated, being dealt with by whether it be police or the ICE or whatever. But here's what I want to put that next to. We had grandmas and grandpas. We had young people, older people, all kinds of law-abiding American citizens who went to the Capitol on January 6th. There was a small crowd of hellraisers that have nothing to do with the tens of thousands of people that were there, all legit. But yet, when they opened up all the gates and they ushered the people in, it was a trap to take and bring Americans in there, then round them up, jail them, deny them any kind of due process and everything. And there wasn't a single politician or a judge or anybody that came out and complained or calling for their rights or anything. John, you got to help me out with this. Was that just because that left evil thing was just 100% out to basically just destroy anybody that was for Trump, or what the heck was going on there?
Okay, of course. Wait, man, come on, Craig. You even have to ask that question. You know it's all about anybody that supports Trump. They're going to try to do everything in their power to destroy them.
Okay, where were these judges and these people? Oh, they feel so bad. Their feelings are so bad because a human. They say this is a human being. Weren't the American citizens human beings? These people are rotten and corrupt and evil. Excuse my rhetorical questions, because we're dealing with the devil.
We're
dealing with the devil. That's a devil. There is no Democrat Party. It's a devil party. That's devil. All devil people over there. Crazy.
Thanks, Craig. I appreciate the call, my brother. I really, really, really do. To my Detroit crowd, I know they leaving in a bit, but I played this on Detroit's Morning Answer. There was this kid. Listen, kids, stop with the public social media when getting in the way in bathroom stalls. There used to be a rule. You don't bring a camera into a public restroom or a restroom at all. Well, this kid found out.
Excuse me, young man. I'm trying to wash my hands at one of these sinks.
I'm doing a video, sir. I'm doing a video. He's lying out.
What you doing? You can't haul both of these.
I ain't doing nothing. I'm doing a video.
You better move your out the way.
What's wrong with this?
Baby, I slapped the out of your You better back up, young man. This ain't what you want, young man. This ain't what you want. You what? Back. You better back the out my face. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me. You better find you a toy. Find you. I'm not the one.
You don't mess with Unc. Leave Unc alone. Detroit, I'll see you Monday morning, 7 a.m. Don't forget, TheAnswerDetroit.com if you want to listen in. It's growing. We're blowing everything up on Detroit's Morning Answer. Even the Canadians are tuning in. Hour 3 coming up next.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
News, opinion, insight. This is AM 560, The Answer. WIND, Chicago. Streaming at 560theanswer.com on the AM 560 mobile app, or tell your smart speaker to play The Answer Chicago.
An explosion at Harvard. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The FBI is investigating what it calls an intentional explosion early today inside a building at Harvard University.
The explosion took place on Harvard's Longwood Medical Campus, which is actually located across the Charles River from the main campus. Just before 3 a.m., University police dispatched an officer to the Goldenson building to investigate a fire alarm activation. The officer saw two people fleeing the building but was unable to stop them. Entering the building, the officer determined an explosion had occurred in an area on the 4th floor. Investigators believe a single device was involved, and fortunately, no injuries are reported.
Fox's Jonathan Siri. Campus police have released images of two suspects and are asking the public to help identifying them. President Trump says he asked the courts to clarify how he can legally fund the country's SNAP program after two federal judges ordered him to use contingency funds. And he's also declared Nigeria is a country of particular concern over its failure to protect religious freedom, and he is threatening military action.
The president said, quote, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now, quote, disgraced country, guns a-blazing. He is then hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. And he also says in that post warning, the Nigeria government better move fast.
Fox's Stephanie Bennett. Islamist groups like Boko Haram have killed thousands of Christians in Nigeria. And Israel says none of the three remains handed over yesterday is a deceased hostage from Gaza, but it is unclear who they are. It is the latest setback in the fragile ceasefire. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, your official weather forecast.
Tonight, expect partly cloudy skies with a low of 38. Tomorrow, anticipate a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 53. Tomorrow night, skies will be partly cloudy with a chance of a late shower and a low of 43. On Monday, expect a breezy day with a mix of clouds giving way to sunshine and a high of 60. I'm meteorologist Jason Caterina on AM 560, The Answer.
Get the latest weather, traffic, and news updates online at 560theanswer.com.
Computer science teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois to design, write, and use lesson plans. Teach computer science to high school students. Prepare students for standardized tests and computer technology-related competitions. Produce formal and informal testing. A master's degree in computer science or any engineering and an Illinois state educator, at least substitute license, are required. Salary is $72,213 per year. Standard company benefits including paid time off, health insurance, and other employee benefits. Monday to Friday, 40 hours per week. Mail resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois 60608. Computer science teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois. Mail resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois 60608.
You know, life moves fast. Staying sharp, focused, and clear-headed isn't always easy. That's why the same company that brings you Relief Factor has developed something brand new, Think Factor. Think Factor is made to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients that unlocks mental clarity and precision, nurtures your memory, boosts your attention. With Think Factor, brain power and performance finally meet for lasting daily results. Supercharge your memory, mental sharpness. Your brain is your most valuable asset, mindset, powering your creativity, focus, and daily performance. If you're feeling mentally foggy, give it a try. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, it was a game changer for me. Look, the longer you take Think Factor, the better it works for you. If you've ever thought you want to be more clear, more focused, call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit ReliefFactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit ReliefFactor.com for Think Factor.
Did you know a will alone does not keep your family out of court when you die? The court still has to approve your will, but get a living trust, and your estate can be settled clearly without issue. Talk to the attorneys at Naumann & Associates. They prepare wills and trusts for a flat fee, no surprises, no hourly rate. With decades of experience, they know the law and offer a free consultation. Contact Naumann & Associates in Elk Grove Village, nalawgroup.com. Call 847-593-8777.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
AM 560, The Answer. Prepare to have your mind opened. The lies of the mainstream media are about to be exposed, and the hypocrisy of the left is about to be revealed. This is a revolution in how you think about politics, race, and culture. You've tuned into Black and Right with John Anthony.
I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Tonight, there are shocking new developments about how the Biden administration tried spying on sitting Republican U.S. senators and other conservatives. Senator Chuck Grassley released more records showing that the snooping was more pervasive than originally thought. 9 senators were targeted. In total, nearly 200 subpoenas for conservative entities and individuals were issued. So who is trying to help the Biden team get all this access?
Judge Boasberg issued an order to to AT&T and signed that order prohibiting AT&T from informing me of this subpoena for at least 1 year from the order Judge Boasberg signed. The court finds reasonable grounds to believe that such disclosure will result in destruction of or tampering with evidence, intimidation of potential witnesses, and serious jeopardy to the investigation. I can tell you right now, there is precisely zero evidence to conclude that I am likely to destroy or tamper with evidence or to intimidate potential witnesses. This order is an abuse of power. I am right now calling on the House of Representatives to impeach Judge Boasberg.
Hear, hear. Welcome back to Hour 3 of Black and Right Radio on AM 560, The Answer. I'm your host, John Anthony, live in studio. I mean, this by far, what they were doing here. And then Judge Boasberg tries to silence AT&T so that what's his name? Ted Cruz wouldn't even know about it? I mean, are you kidding me? How is that not violating federal law? Why is this guy who just all of a sudden got all of these cases against President Trump? Why isn't he dragged before Congress? I want it open. I don't want a closed door. Nope, I want it open. Because what he was able to get away with, this is a travesty as it relates to what's happening to our country. Operation Arctic Frost is far, far more damaging than anything Richard Nixon did. Mark.
Hey, John, that's exactly the topic I want to bring up. It looks like global warming is taking a back seat to Arctic frost.
Yeah, that's true.
And again, this whole Jack Smith, you could nickname him Jack Frost Smith. And the comparison to Watergate is just a blip in comparison.
Yeah.
Rosemary Woods missing 18 minutes recording is nothing in comparison to Joe Biden's memory loss. Thomas Herc confirmed that in the interview with him.
Yeah.
So the main point I'm trying to make in this whole scenario is the fact that he was incompetent or incognito and all those things that I believe were true. I'm getting to the point where I want a total investigation explaining how the auto pen became, for all intents and purposes, symbolic for the presidency of the United States. Because he wasn't in charge of it.
No, he wasn't.
Who was?
Obama. That's who.
Well,
via Susan Rice. That's what I believe. That's what I allegedly believe happened.
Yeah, I totally agree. I always figured and said all along that was Obama's third term. So, and again, he's campaigning again for I forget who it is right now, but
in Virginia, Spangelberger or whatever her name is.
Yeah, he's not going to stay put. I mean, he's going to keep transforming America until we become instead of the USA, the ISA.
Hey, Mark.
And it stands for the Islamic States of America.
Mark, Trump broke Obama. He completely severed Obama from the Democrat base. A lot of people just don't listen. When Barack Obama came after black men, told them who they were because they wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris. Yeah, he lost a lot of respect from people through that, Mark. Thanks so much, Mark. I appreciate the call.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to John from Portage Park. John, welcome to Black and Right.
Yeah, hi. I shook your hand on a cruise, and you probably don't remember me. It was my touch with greatness. But, I have a theory that the reason that the kids can't read and write and do math, it's not a flaw. It's not. They're trying not to let the kids, learn because they want them to be stupid, so they vote Democrat. And I've told this to people that think it's a conspiracy theory, but I talked to Sean Thompson and he agrees with me. What do you think?
Of course, that's a part of the reason, but I also think you got to look at what they teach. In addition to reading, writing, and arithmetic, it's the things after that that they focus more on than the reading, writing, and arithmetic. John,
but if they can't read and write and do math, they cannot earn a living, and that way they will be Democrat voters forever.
True,
because they will be like dependent on the government because they can't do anything.
But John, I'll tell you this.
So do you agree with me or not?
I do. No, I do. But here's what I'm saying. Hold on, John. Here's what I'm saying.
That's what I wanted to do.
I agree. But here's the deal. The one thing that came out of this woke agenda, they all know pronouns now. They know what a pronoun is. That's about it. Thanks, John. That's about it. All right. So you heard these guys. Did you put up the Pritzker one? I don't think I see that one. Okay. Now you hear Squirrel came up with a genius idea. Now I'm gonna play Mandami first. Now here's Mandami telling President Trump, "You want to come after the people of New York? You got to come through me, right?"
Refused to back down to protect those New Yorkers, but instead asking him how to win this race. That's something I can do myself. I don't need the president's assistance for. And what I'd tell the president is if he ever wants to come for New Yorkers in the way that he has been, he's going to have to get through me as the next mayor of the city.
Now, I do believe Brandon Johnson said something similar, and also Governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, correct?
Someone who intends to come take away the freedom and opportunity and dignity of Illinoisans. I would remind you that a happy warrior is still a warrior. You come for my people, you come through me.
Now Squirrel came up with the idea. Now, Squirrel, we've seen this in Hollywood, right?
Yes, we have.
and how have we seen this in Hollywood? Can you enlighten the people that are listening?
Sure. I don't know if anybody has ever seen Spider-Man 2. I've seen my share of Marvel films in the past, I don't know, decades. Anyway, there is a scene in Spider-Man 2 starring Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus, Doc Ock, are fighting on a New York, I want to say an elevated train. I don't think it went.
It's a subway
elevated. Subway elevated.
Yeah.
It's all the same in New York. Anyway, they were fighting on a train. I wouldn't say they were kicking each other's ass, more that Doc Ock was kicking Spider-Man's ass a little more. And the fight eventually goes into one of the cars. A bunch of New Yorkers are trying to help him out, trying to give him some aid of some sort.
And they say this.
And, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I got it?
Oh, I thought you...
Oh, yeah, I do.
I
got it. And they say this.
He's mine! You want to get to him, you got to go through me.
And me.
Me
Pritzker,
too.
Mandami, Johnson, Governor of Maine.
Very well.
And what he does is he uses his tentacles and just pushes everybody out of the way.
Yeah, he basically parts, like Moses parts the Red Sea, except that the sea is made of New Yorkers in a little car.
Now, I can see that video going viral, and everybody that said, the first guy kind of looks like Pritzker, too. Yeah. Pritzker, Mandami, Johnson, Governor of Maine, and all these people who said that Trump got to come through them, and Trump just pushes them all out of the way, and he decked the heck out of Spider-Man in that scene as well.
Yeah, absolutely, just...
Yeah, President Trump and his administration has no problem going through anybody. Remember that. We'll be right back.
Larry Elder explains what they want to open the government.
The Democrats want to put back $1.5 trillion in spending. They want to refund NPR, PBS, and they want to remove the protections in the Big Beautiful Bill Act that would prevent illegal aliens from getting Medicaid. They've always said, let's reopen the government and then we can negotiate our differences. Except they're not doing that this time because, well, Trump.
The Larry Elder Show, weeknights at 8, right before Sean Hannity at 10 on AM 560. The Answer.
Sean Thompson here, and I'm with attorney Bert Hochberg from the law firm of Schiller, Ducanto, and Fleck. We're talking about divorce arbitration. This is not really a new, or is it a new, innovative way to go through divorce?
Arbitration has been around for decades. It's completely legit and available to resolve divorce cases. The litigants and their lawyers sign an arbitration agreement. They identify what the issues are, and we set up dates, and we determine what experts and witnesses there may be. Arbitration is a hearing, a trial that is intended to finish a case efficiently with limited appeal, with a binding decision, and it's confidential, so it has some great characteristics.
I think it's a unique alternative to divorce. For more information, please visit sdflaw.com and type Bert Hochberg into the search box. That's sdflaw.com or call direct 773-255-6150.
Hi, I'm Ken Mariotti, owner of Woodland Windows and Doors, a third-generation family-owned business since 1969. We know you're bombarded by choices when shopping for new windows or doors, so we're inviting you to experience the Woodland difference. For decades, we have been transforming living spaces with Marvin Windows, a fifth-generation family business. Marvin replacement windows have been known to increase the warmth of your cold rooms by 10 degrees. Think about that, 10 degrees warmer. When you welcome Woodland into your home, you will get a product expert to transform your living spaces, full-time, dedicated professional installers that you can trust in your home, along with the best products like Marvin. These are the reasons we're proud of our 5-star reviews and family legacy. No gimmicks, no pressure, and upfront pricing are why Woodland Windows and Doors is your trusted window and door expert in Chicagoland. Visit woodlandwindows.com to book your free in-home expert consultation. That's woodlandwindows.com, or stop by our showroom at the corner of Lake and Geary in Roselle.
Perhaps you're a collector. Or perhaps all of a sudden you have a collection. Maybe it's an inheritance. How do you know what it's worth? This is Sean Thompson for Donley Auction. The market for antiques and collectibles is changing all the time. What is your collection worth right now? Well, I've got an easy way to find out. It's simple. You contact Donley Auctions with their worldwide audience of live and in-person auctions. They have a good idea of how to tell you exactly what it's worth at exactly right now. They're ready to put top dollar in your pocket. The bigger the collection, the better. Go to DonleyAuctions.com and get the info on all things that they buy and sell to have an idea of exactly what Donley does and how much they need your collection. They have so many buyers, it's a great time to sell. Just simply make a phone call. Donley has traveled all over the country to pick up collections. Just call and talk to the people at Donley Auctions at 815-923-7000. Donley Auctions is your trusted partner in turning your collections into cash. DonleyAuctions.com.
It's the show the mainstream media doesn't want you to know about. It's Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. I'm watching on the news. They're showing the scene in Broadview, Illinois. Where do these people get this much time to do this? Who's paying for this? I mean, this is anti-ICE protests in Illinois. I mean, seriously? You care more about the people who've broken the law to come into this country, and stop giving me, I'm not listening to you say, oh, it's not a crime. It's a crime when they come in and take resources away from other Americans. That's a crime, in my book. Let's go to Greg LaGrange.
Hey, John Anthony, how you doing?
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. I'll tell you what. As I told your call screener, all these guys, Mondamis of the world, the Pritzkers, the governor of Maine, whoever comes up with these hasty catchphrases are nothing but words.
Yep.
They have, what you look at are their deeds and their actions, and everything they've touched and everything they've done has set this country back or set their people that they administer over back tremendously.
Yep.
There is not a policy. But if you look at Governor Pritzker, what did he do to our children during COVID? What did he do to the citizens during COVID? All he did was rule as a tyrant, but yet he throws the tyrant word around about President Trump. And it's the same with all these guys. They're radical. They've done nothing but harm our children, harm the educational system, harm our businesses, destroy our goodwill and faith in just basically communicating with each other. You know what's amazing to me, John Anthony?
Yeah.
How many people I run across that basically say the violence being started, especially in Broadview, is initiated by ICE.
Yeah.
Why are they using tear gas? I go, what would you use if you had no protection against a mob?
Right.
What would you do? What you know? And you know what also gets me? If you drive around, especially where I'm at, you'll see signs in stores that say no ICE.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you think? That's as good as trying to deter a violent criminal with a sign on your door that says no guns.
Yep.
I mean, it's the emptiness of these people. They're so empty, both spiritually, morally, and through their own ability to execute the laws that will help their own people. They just can't do it.
And Greg, that's why all these Republicans calling on Sliwa to drop out or to vote for Cuomo. Nope. I say every Republican vote for Sliwa and let them live with the consequences of their decisions.
John Anthony, I swear to you, we're on the same plane, because I'll tell you what, when you betray your own principles, when you turn your back on a candidate that has your own principles for expediency, you're betraying yourself as a human being.
Yeah. Because I fought Verlon on this. I just didn't think the people of New York, especially when you're considering 9/11, you consider 9/11, you consider everything that New Yorkers have been through, the bombings and all that. And you would think they would bring in somebody who's a Democrat socialist to run their city. That shocked me. I'm not going to lie. But now, vote Sliwa and live with the consequences.
John, the thing I can't imagine, and I can't just think of and understand, is the short-term memory of these people of what happened to us a mere 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
What happened on 9/11?
Yeah.
And now we're going. It's like this country has just got to get the educational system back.
Yes. You know how we do that? Dismantle the Department of Education. That's how we do it. That's a start. That's a start.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Greg.
John.
All right. And I would advise you guys, go check out Chapin Rose. He's a senator from downstate, the Champaign area. He did a audio clip, and he broke down just how much energy prices have gone up under this governor here in the state of Illinois. It's a masterclass in how to take down and present an argument of just how much this governor has truly ruined this state. Let's go to Kerry from Crown Point. Kerry.
John, I just wanted to talk about what Verlon was talking about earlier. We love Verlon, but this is not just a religious argument. This is an ethical argument.
Yeah.
Now, there's a priest I follow, and I'm not trying to proselytize anyone, but
please.
Father Robert Spitzer. He is a PhD. He is a physicist. He has a website where he talks about the science and reason behind faith in God. He also talks about how Canada has had people murdered because of this law. Once the government is allowed to have life and death power over you, they will use this. Like we said, it's a slippery slope. But we are going to be killing people, and they're going to try to use our name because of the arguments that Verlon made. We've all seen people die.
Yeah.
And I have all respect and love. Verlon knows that.
Oh, yeah. But Verlon's a big boy. He trust me, Verlon does not take offense by this type. No, Verlon loves disagreement. He goes on progressive stations all the time. He gets beat up, but he doesn't care. He still pushes back against them.
And I love how you guys are able to talk because you show you don't have to agree on everything.
Yeah.
But this is an ethical, but there are resources for people to learn that God is not it's not religion.
Yeah.
We get all good things from God, but there is a scientific reason. We have to look at the big picture, life, and how do we help every person to keep a life and with dignity and stop. You know what? If we didn't have to waste all the money on the people, education, for instance, you know how many people are sitting in front of an iPad and not learning anything?
Yeah.
You know how many people have parents, they can't do it even if they want to. The parents are uneducated. They can't help their kids. Yeah. And it's a slippery, it keeps going down and down and down. But they got those iPads in front of them. It's like a new form of crack.
Yeah. Hey, Kerry, hold the line, because I want to know who that doctor is. Pete, give Kerry my number so he can send me that information on that doctor. I would love to follow him and see if I can get him on one of my shows. Thanks, Kerry. I'm going to put you on hold. Let's go to Nick from Kenosha.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well.
I'm doing great too. I just wanted to call to say keep it up. I actually work Saturdays now. And then I at least get 1 hour for a break, so I love listening to you. So.
Yeah, and that's coming in the mail. I switched out on who sends everything out for me because they've made a lot of fatal errors. So I had to switch out so that you should probably get it next week.
Okay, really quick though, you obviously are a fan of Larry Elder, right?
I love Larry.
Did you see this picture that he posted of clearly from, I don't know when it was, but him with his giant hair? Pretty fantastic.
I got to go look at it.
It's on Facebook, so.
All right, I got to go look at it.
Right.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate the call.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Let's go to Jan from Hoffman Estates. Hey, Jan.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Have her on the air on Saturdays. But anyway, the reason why Mamdani won the primary is because they allowed non-citizens to vote in New York.
Oh, that's right. They passed that, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, they allow them in Los Angeles, too. So they keep themselves in. They don't have to be citizens. So they're gonna really see what happens when they take away the citizens' vote.
How's that constitutional?
And they should start a lawsuit.
How is that constitutional?
The states control their own elections, and they determine that, that the non-citizens can vote in local elections.
I forgot about that, Jan. You would know. So, but I totally forgot.
I'm kind of mainlining all of this stuff all the time. So it's like, this is really bad, though, because non-citizens can take over the country, because of this. I don't know why every attorney general in the United States doesn't file against these cities, because they're getting extra representatives and everything that take away the votes of citizens. Wow. But why nobody's got the gavachis to follow their practices, because it is technically not right.
Yeah, I totally forgot that New York allowed non-citizens to vote in their elections. I forgot that the city, the assemblyman passed that. What was that, 2 years ago now?
it's been a while, so they're gonna probably have Sharia law, get rid of all the cops, and it'll be wonderful on me.
I wonder why Sliwa hasn't made that a bone of contention in this race that non-citizens can vote in this election.
Well, it is the law, so what are they going to say?
Well, we know just because it's a law doesn't mean it's constitutional.
Well, somebody should have attacked it. We should be attacking all of these municipalities and that have these kind of rules because they're stealing revenue, they're stealing votes from regular citizens that pay taxes.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
You guys got to get on it. There's so many issues, there's so much corruption, it's like you don't know where to start.
Yeah. It is. It's a lot going on. Thank you so much, Jan. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a law that you have to register AR-15 and a bunch of other guns. Doesn't mean it's constitutional. It's a law that says we have to have a FOI card here in the state of Illinois. That's not constitutional. So, yeah.
They're stupid.
Shall not be infringed. We'll be right back.
Get your tickets for Freedom Summit Chicago 2025, happening on Saturday, November 8th at Westin Chicago Northwest in Itasca. This year, featuring Dr. Ben Carson, Scott Jennings, Mike Gallagher, along with Dan Proft, Sean Thompson, John Anthony, and many more. This event will sell out fast, so get your tickets today at freedomsummitchicago.com. That's freedomsummitchicago.com. Sponsored in part by Nauman and Associates, Scott Tucker Solutions Incorporated, and by Catholic Cemeteries of Chicago.
Fox News, I'm Daria Albinger. The race for governor in Virginia is getting nationwide attention. Democrat Abigail Spanberger says she's a common sense centrist.
Virginians deserve a governor with a plan to work every day to lower costs for Virginia families. And I have my Affordable Virginia plan to lower healthcare costs.
Spanberger is taking on Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears. Also on the minds of many people across the country, New York's race for mayor.
Retired NYPD officers who protect me and my wife, who were threatened with our lives when I wouldn't take the $10 million bribe to drop out.
Republican Curtis Sliwa running against Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani and Independent Andrew Cuomo. America's listening to Fox News.
Your local State Farm agent, Anthony DeGrotto, combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. You can combine your home, auto, and life insurance to not only save you money, but give you the peace of mind you've been looking for. Anthony DeGrotto is your go-to agent in Chicagoland. He and his team will work for you to provide the best service you expect at the price you want. Combine your home, auto, and life insurance today. Anthony DeGrotto will help you mix and match things perfectly. His State Farm office is a top pick 2024 Daily Herald Reader's Choice Award winner. He's a proud supporter of Tunnel to Towers and like-minded as you. His State Farm agency is currently looking to add members at their Roselle office. Call Anthony at 847-895-1500 today or visit DeGrottoSF.com. That's DeGrottoSF.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
This is Alistair Begg, inviting you to sail with me next September 5th through the 12th, 2026, on the Deeper Faith Norwegian Fjords cruise. If you've never been to this picturesque part of the world, the sights are magnificent, and the glacier-carved cliffs demonstrate the grandeur of God's creative handiwork. Throughout the journey, I'll be teaching from the Bible. Together we'll learn from the Scriptures, enjoy a week of fellowship and worship, and stop at several ports where we'll stroll through quaint Nordic villages. This is an opportunity to explore scenes you won't soon forget, all while forming new friendships with fellow believers from around the world. Cabins are limited, so call today at 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. 855-565-5519 or visit deeperfaithcruise.com. I hope to see you on board.
Book today at 560theanswer.com/deeperfaith.
You need a construction company, but who?
Paul Price.
Croscom. A construction company you can trust that shares your Christian and conservative values. For decades, Croscom has been doing work in Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana, and Wisconsin. Roofs, siding, windows, doors, gutters, basically everything for your home or business, even solar. Quality work and professional services that make you feel great about your decision to work with Croscom.
Call Croscom.
630-871-5500. Give them a chance to earn your business. If your repairs are due to storm, fire, or flood damage, you need to
call Croscom.
They're licensed public adjusters. They work for you, not the insurance company. Croscom will work to get you the money you deserve, the maximum payout. They know the insurance companies and how to deal with them. They win for you.
Call Croscom.
Croscom Construction and Public Adjusters.
This is Dan Lights with Croscom. You can trust us with your home or business for high-quality work and fair prices. It's the only way we do business.
630-871-5500. CroscomPublicAdjusters.com.
When the power goes out, life stops. Heat, AC, fridge, phones, all gone. But with a Generac home standby generator from True Power Generator Service, your home powers back on automatically, so you're never left in the dark. Book your consultation today at TruePowerGenerator.com. That's TruePowerGenerator.com. Plus, 560 listeners get a free 10-year extended warranty. Terms and conditions apply. Call for details. True Power Generator Service and Generac. It's not just a generator, it's a power move.
Ross Shaw talks about building income in retirement.
You know, you can actually structure it in a way to have that $4,000 a month coming in the door every single month. So you don't have to look at the stock ticker and say, oh, the stock market's up today, stock market's down. You still got that $4,000 a month, and having that opportunity to take the vacations and do all the fun things in retirement that you always dreamed to do.
Unleash your wealth, Saturday at 7 a.m. and 2 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. You know, Pete and I were just in a control room, and we were talking, and I said, I guess this is my soppy conversation, because it's just it's so comforting, and just to know that on a Saturday, I have not given out the phone number to this show yet, and we've had this many calls. It just means the world to me that so many people want to hear what I have to say. I'm not worthy of any of this. I'm not worthy of any of your time, but yet you could be doing anything on a Saturday night, and you're sitting and listening and tuning in to this show. It just shows me, and this is one of the reasons why, my faith in God is so important to me, that you guys would support me. You've bought my books, you've bought my merchandise, you've bought my, I know you're going to support the movie when it comes out. It just means the world. I just wanted to let you guys know that you guys are really, 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 really are amazing. So I really do appreciate you guys. Let's go to Marion from Bentonville. Marion, welcome to Black and Right.
Thank you, John. I have two comments on your last two callers. The last caller, and you discussed non-citizens voting. President Trump put through an executive order in March, I believe, that even in the states only citizens could vote. A judge has said that's not legal, so we'll see what the Supreme Court says. Second, I'm remembering back in the 60s when all the discussion with abortion, and we were sending all of our letters out to our legislators and that against it, and they said, it would only be rare and under unusual conditions. Well, look where that went. If they do go with the right to die or whatever, assisted suicide, think what that can be in 10, 15 years.
Yep. That was my point, Marion. You said it way better than I ever could. Okay. As usual. Thank you, Marion.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go to Dominique from Glendale Heights. Hey, what's up, bro?
How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Okay. See, the reason why everybody listens to you, we're waiting for Verlon to put his input in.
He already did.
And Mitchell. And then we wait for those two people every week to call in. Okay? All the time. Now, the thing in New York, I don't think they passed, now I could be wrong, I don't believe they passed a bill where non-citizens could vote.
I thought they did.
I just believe that his message is resonating to people who have no brains, okay? Because somewhere the money has to come from to pay for all of this stuff. And government stuff doesn't work. We know it.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm afraid they're going to take a beating before they realize it. And it's just sad.
That's true. That's true. And to a beautiful place like New York, too. Okay, so in December 2021, the New York City Council passed a local law that would have permitted non-citizens living in the city for at least 30 days to vote in municipal office. The law took effect by the city council's patches and mayors inaction. So in January 2022, it was immediately challenged in court. On March 10, 2025, the state's highest court, the New York Courts of Appeals, ruled that under Article 2, Section 1 of the New York State Constitution, the franchise is limited to citizens, meaning the local law was unconstitutional and cannot stand. So you're right.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I thought. I wasn't too sure, but,
So it did pass. It did become law. It was just challenged.
I'm surprised Mitchell didn't call back and straighten that one out. You have a great day.
All right, take care, Dominique. Let's go to my brother, Curtis from Chicago.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing well. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Yeah, we talked about the Mandani thing. I was like, I don't see how people in New York are even supporting this guy at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Muslim, and Muslims are against, gay people. They're against Jewish people.
Yeah.
And, if you look at other countries all over the world where Muslims have taken over, like in England, you get all kinds of rape and all kinds of crime that you don't want there. And plus Muslims also took down the World Trade Center. And socialism, people keep forgetting this.
So why do you think he's gaining so much support? What are your thoughts?
My thing is, I think it's all based on our education system has been so corrupted and corroded that we don't understand what socialism is, where it came from, and the evil behind it. And I think because people are ignorant, because I didn't know about, so much about Nazism. I heard it was bad, but I didn't know what it actually was. I didn't know that it was about government being in control of everything.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that.
No.
And I didn't also understand, the evil of it, and how he experimented on people and all those other things that went along with it. And also didn't know about the Muslims being part of helping the Nazis kill Jews back in World War II.
Wow.
So, I mean, we have some stuff we don't know. We don't know about, how communism, we don't understand how dangerous it was. We don't see it. We don't know about Stalin enough.
Yeah.
We heard his name, but we don't know how dangerous he was. Stalin killed far more people than Hitler.
Is it concerning? We got about 40 seconds left. Is it concerning to you that a lot more black people are adhering to the tenets of socialism and communism?
Yeah, I just don't. It's all based on ignorance, I think. Because if you understand how it works, and you understand human nature just a little bit, you don't understand why it fails. But I think it's just the ignorance of it, and that's why I call people who vote Democrat dumbasses.
Good point, Curtis. Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate the call. Guys, hold the line. I'm so grateful. You guys have no idea. We'll be right back.
Our veterans are our heroes. They answered the call to defend our freedom, putting their lives on the line for our nation. But today, thousands of those brave men and women are facing something no hero should ever face: food insecurity. That's where Farm to Veteran comes in. Through the Fulcrum Farm Foundation, this remarkable organization delivers farm fresh, nutritious food directly to veterans in need through veteran services and organizations. From greenhouse-grown produce to eggs, they're ensuring our heroes have access to the high-quality food they deserve. But Farm to Veteran can't do it alone. They need our help. Your financial contribution directly supports their mission to feed more veterans across their growing network of partner farms nationwide. And there's another way you can make a difference. Join them at their upcoming community events. Visit farmtoveteran.com today. That's farm2veteran.com to donate or learn about events near you. Because those who served our country shouldn't have to wonder where their next meal is coming from. Let's stand with those who stood for us. That's farm2veteran.com.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching. This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
A voice for the new right, charting a new path forward for American conservatism. It's the Josh Hammer Show.
What is the alternative to engaging with your political opponents? To hearing out their criticism in as happy warrior-like fashion as you can have it. The day that we replace that with, God forbid, with violence, that's how republics die. There is nothing good down that road.
The Josh Hammer Show on the Salem Podcast Network. Subscribe today on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, or at SalemPodcastNetwork.com.
Application engineer, sales support, worksite, SNC Electric, 6601 North Ridge Boulevard, Chicago, Illinois, 60626. Wage is $85,580 to $128,480. 20% domestic travel to on-site customer locations. May work remote from anywhere in the United States. Mail a CV to Jennifer Bermudez, SNC Electric Company, 1001 Marina Village Parkway, Suite number 400, Alameda, California, 94501, or email jennifer.bermudez@sandc.com.
And now, more Black and Right with John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Let's head straight back to the phone lines. Patrick, I beat you to it. Hey. What's up, brother?
Yeah, I just called to say that the city, New York City Assembly or the City Council, they passed that law, but the state Supreme Court struck it down.
Yeah.
If I could make one more point.
Yeah, please.
People ask, how could New Yorkers vote for Mandani?
Yes.
My mother and father were World War II people, and they were lifelong FDR people. By the 1990s, things got so bad, they voted for Giuliani. Last time I looked, my mother and father are dead. All right? Mm-hmm. That whole generation is gone. Yeah. All those people who voted for Giuliani 30-some years ago, they're dead. They're gone.
Yeah.
There's a whole, and all these people who go to New York, all these young people who go to New York, from all over the country, they're like-minded. But that World War II generation, they had it up to here, and they voted for people like Giuliani.
Yeah.
But they're gone.
Well, that's a very valid point as it relates to the voting bloc. Who's voting in New York?
Right.
You're right. You're right about it.
I'll see you next week.
All right, Patrick. Take care. Let's go to Craig, Mount Greenwood. What's up, brother?
Oh, hey, John. Thanks for taking me. Man, I called before, but thanks for taking me my call. You were talking about this thing with this Sliwa and everything like that. Man, I'll tell you what, I appreciate you, brother. You said the right thing about just vote for Sliwa because, hey, it's like Hugh Hewitt. I thought he was a good guy. I lost respect for him because he basically shows a lack of courage and a lack of faith.
Who?
He's been all over that radio telling everybody to vote for that scumbag and all that stuff. And here's the thing. God doesn't want us to let down our principles and give our principles and go and do some dumb thing like vote for a scumbag rather than a good man like Sliwa. He wants us to do the right thing and have faith.
Yep.
And that's why this is like a truth serum for some of these people who say, who act like they're godly men, and then they have no courage and no faith. So, yeah, we got to vote for Sliwa. Hey, and if it doesn't come out that way, God's going to punish the hell out of those people over there.
Thanks, Craig. I appreciate it. Oh, my God. Man, Craig, calling down rain from fire from heaven, huh? Tom, oh, my. I got that audio, but I was saving it for Detroit. Tom from Cherville.
Yeah, John, I recently heard in the media there was a plot, a terrorist plot out in Inkster and Dearborn, Michigan, and the media kept referring it to international terrorism, and I kept thinking, no, what they really mean is it's Islamic terrorism.
They would connect. Well, here it is.
The FBI stopped a potential terrorist attack in Michigan, according to Director Kash Patel. The FBI has arrested 5 young people who were allegedly planning a violent attack over Halloween weekend. Arrests were made this morning in the cities of Dearborn and Inkster, just outside of Detroit. Officials say the group has a connection to ISIS extremism, and law enforcement officials are telling NBC News the suspects had access to guns.
There you have it.
But if it's ISIS, then it's Islamic terrorism.
Yeah, it is.
They don't say that.
No. Well, they got to be PC. But it's all over.
You have to be accurate. And the corporate executives that run these media networks are complete cowards.
Yeah, so true. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the call, my man. Mike from Elgin. Mike, I haven't heard from you in a while. How are you doing, brother?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I found out some new news about, my blindness and stuff. And they came out with a new diagnosis that I hadn't heard in years.
Really?
And they're calling it MSOP, which is MS of the optic nerve.
Uh-huh.
But I found there's this guy on the TV that has a TV show. His name is Doug Kaufman, and his show is called Know the Cause.
Uh-huh.
And he has a website called Know the Cause. And he has all these doctors that know the cause of these diseases, that, we wouldn't need the assisted suicide if you know the cause of the disease that the person has.
Yeah.
Well, his main thing, he came back from Vietnam. They told him he had Agent Orange.
Whoa.
And he was a medic over there, so he kind of knew medicine. He wasn't a doctor, but when he came home, he had this rash all over him and stuff, and he did a lot of research. Figured out it was parasites.
Wow.
That was in him.
Wow.
Well, the turn of the century is when they invented the microscope, and they found out that people with cancer had parasites. It was the parasites caused the cancer.
Yeah.
There's actually a YouTube video called Parasite, the Cancer Within. So the dirty little secret of Big Pharma is all these diseases are caused by parasites. MS is this lady cured herself of MS. Her name is Pam Barton. She has a website called Live Disease Free. There's these doctors down in St. Louis. There's one black doctor named Dr. Christine Salter out of St. Louis.
Oh yeah, I know her. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she knows about the parasites. She said that 90% of her patients have parasite and fungal infections.
Well, Doug Kleber he's a naturalist or whatever they call themselves. That's something he's been teaching us about all the time. And I took a regimen of ivermectin, the best I've ever felt, and I don't know how long after taking 7 days of ivermectin. I mean, I felt so much energy and everything.
One of my best friends she was diagnosed with breast cancer, and she found this doctor. He's a Muslim that made her sign a agreement not to tell anybody that he used ivermectin and got rid of the tumor in her breast.
Wow.
Which is is an anti-parasite. Actually, that's
Mike, we gotta go. I gotta go to break. Thanks so much for calling. All right, hold the line because I definitely want to take your call. You're listening to Black and Right. Blake Moore, you're something else. You and Senor. I'll be right back.
Mathematics teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois to design, write, and use lesson plans. Teach mathematics to high school students. Prepare students for standardized tests and math-related competitions. Produce formal and informal testing. A master's degree in mathematics education or mathematics and an Illinois State Educator license in mathematics are required. Salary is $72,213 per year. Standard company benefits including paid time off, health insurance, and other employee benefits. Monday to Friday, 40 hours per week. Mail a resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60608. Mathematics teacher wanted in Chicago, Illinois. Mail a resume to Siat Vedziovsky, Horizon Science Academy, McKinley Park, 1040 West 32nd Place, Chicago, Illinois, 60608.
When it comes to industrial coating and finishing, cutting corners isn't an option. That's why leading manufacturers across the Midwest trust D&D Industrial Coatings in Racine, Wisconsin. From powder coating and liquid painting to blasting and custom finishing, D&D Industrial delivers top-tier protection and performance, fast, precise, and built to last. With over 40 years of experience, ISO-certified processes, and state-of-the-art lines, D&D handles everything from OEMs and petrochemical to agriculture, marine, construction, medical, and government specs. Family-owned, nationally trusted. Whether it's a short run or high volume, your parts are in expert hands, finished on time and finished right. Visit them today, ddindustrial.net. Again, that's ddindustrial.net. Or call them at 262-637-0686 to get your custom quote today. Again, that's 262-637-0686. D&D Industrial Coatings. Engineered to protect. Finished to impress.
Black and Right continues. Once again, here's John Anthony.
Welcome back to Black and Right. Let's go to the phone lines. Art, welcome to Black and Right.
Hi, John. Thank you for taking my phone call, and I appreciate your ministry. And I believe it's much worse than abortion, but so-called doctor-assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Because I had experience with family members who were in hospice care, and it looks like by giving that thinking, I forgot the name of a drug for
suicide.
To reduce pain.
Okay. I don't
giving out like candies, like Palestinians give out candies after they murder Jews.
Yeah.
It's too much. They give it things.
Yeah.
They drug, and I think it's too much, but doctor-assisted suicide is going to probably cause, like encouraging, like let's say young man or elderly person depressed a little bit and stuff. They're going to encourage them to do it, to go along with killing themselves.
Yeah.
And, or guilt themselves, let's say somebody is sick and they're going to guilt them and shame them. Oh, you're a burden, why don't you just, get out?
I agree. Thanks so much, Art. I really appreciate you for holding, and thanks so much for the call. And there's something else where you can plan the day that you want to die. I forget what it's called. But I used to talk to a friend who already had set her date to die, of when she was going to die. Jenny, what this culture of death? What is it?
It's insane. It's liberals. They have no concept of what life actually means.
Yeah,
that's what it is. That's who's running is these Democrats.
And I don't know what to say. What you got coming up on the show?
Well, we're going to discuss that a little bit, but you know what? The GOP itself, John, they're out of their mind. Everybody's losing their minds right now. We got the final filings on Monday, that is. And so the final people have to get their signatures and their petitions in. But here's the thing, is the grassroots versus the true grassroots conservatives versus the GOP. It's like an internal war right now.
It is. Oh, it is. It's bad.
Every county.
Yeah, it's bad too. It's really, really bad what's happening. I forget when, I don't know where I heard this is, but the way, Arkansas, John Gallagher was telling me this story about how in Arkansas, remember Arkansas, how blue it was?
Mm-hmm.
And I know this won't go over on a lot of people that are listening to this show, but they came up with an agreement. The worst Republican is still better than the worst Democrat or something. I know I'm butchering it, John. Sorry. And they came up with a plan, and that's how they flipped it and turned Arkansas's deep crimson red.
Could you
right
imagine that Arkansas turned blue?
Yeah, Florida was the same. Florida was blue. Texas was blue. People forget this, and they made a deal to say, you know what? The only way that we win and change and we can have a seat at the table, we got to put down the petty differences and say, and I know the whole Rhino call and all that, but that has to stop, because if it doesn't stop, guess what? The J.B. Pritzker types will run this state in perpetuity for many years, for many, many years. What else you got?
Yeah, it's going to be mainly that. We're going to talk about that. The assisted suicide. I got some opinions on this one. This is insane. My notes are in the other room, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. And some of the Republicans that are turning their back on the Republican Party.
Yeah,
Can't have these people in charge.
Did you hear Marty, Representative McLaughlin and Representative Miller say that there's $11 billion in taxes coming to the state of Illinois?
Yeah, we're touching on the taxes too, because the Democrats that are making all the decisions, they're raising our taxes, and they're going up very fast, very quickly.
Yeah.
And we can't afford to live here anymore.
Oh, it's only 45 cents that's going up on the toll. It's only 45 cents. Yeah, only 45. Dude, listen, do you know how much money I spend coming here 6 days a week just in tolls? It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Guys, thank you so much. I want to thank my YouTube crowd. You guys are complete nuts. You really are, but I love every aspect of it. I want to thank you guys. Tune in Monday, Detroit's Morning Answer. It's 6 to 8 Central Time, 7 to 9 Eastern. And don't forget to set back your clocks. We gained that hour back. We out.